Hello everyone, welcome to the Patchlings podcast, or welcome back if you're one of our few listeners. We're doing alright, Don't turn off.
Please.
I promise we're good sometimes.
If you get to the end, there's a prize.
I mean, there is actually going to be a prize, that's well said, Hugh. I wasn't going to tell you this, because one of you is going to hate it. But there's going to be a wee special segment I'm thinking of introducing. I'm going to have a wee try and run today. And one of you is going to sound like a complete idiot. Nothing too bad, don't worry. Nothing worse than you have said.
Worse than you?
We'll get there. Not worse than me. But I don't know. I'll have a few more cans and I'll see. So I'm your host, Hamish, and I'm here with the boys, Hugh.
Hi, guys.
And Dom.
Hello.
Someone's blowing up already.
Dom's
someone's popular.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's it. Dom, just check your messages when we record.
Yeah, sorry.
I never do that.
You never do it. Your phone's right there. You're right there, seen.
This has notes and actual films. Sorry.
I got so defensive, didn't
Oh, well. It's 'cause
So,
did we talk
so
about
so
great
What
stuff,
a
boys.
good podcast this
it's a good start.
Listenable.
Yeah, so let's give us something to listen to, Hugh. Then, Hugh, what have you been up to recently?
Do you know what? I have tried my best to play games lately, right?
It's not that difficult, mate.
No, honestly, Atomic Heart came. You motherfucker! I was about to fly into a fucking monologue.
I've only just opened one, but now I'm tempted to wait for him to start again and open this next one. Like,
Fuck you, guys. I'm just gonna power through. I wanted to play Atomic Heart.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I started that. I just didn't have time to get fully entrenched in this. From what I'm hearing, a kind of shittier version of Bioshock.
Basically, yeah.
But I want to give it a try, and I'm sitting I've started to beat Final Fantasy. I bought Like a Dragonician. I started that a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, this is really fucking cool. I want to play this." And then Metroid Prime remaster and all the other shit that comes out. And obviously, like everybody knows, but I started a new job this week, so I've been kind of back and forth doing different things. I've watched more movies and TV shows because it's much easier just to fucking turn something on.
Yeah, if I'm working a lot or whatever, and I'm tired, it's just I don't have the mental capacity to just get engrossed in a game. So putting something on is usually easier. But and you've got limited mental capacity as it is. So
my work day just takes up so much of it. There's so much reading today. You know me, I don't.
Was this in the toilet on your phone?
Actually, the signal's pretty shit in there. It goes down to 4G now. How am I meant to get 4K YouTube videos?
You're working in a cave, mate. What's that all about?
Actually, I've been watching King of the Hill, boys.
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn it, Bobby.
Do you know what? I've seen episodes of this show like everyone has over the years. I've never sat down and actually watched it one after the other and properly paid attention to it, because it was always a background show. It was on Channel 4 a lot. It was everyone just assumed it was a shittier Simpsons. Everyone did about animated TV shows. Shittier Simpsons. This show's fucking brilliant, by the way. I'm middle of season 2. When you're younger, you go, "Oh, Bobby's funny." Oh, I'm a kid and Bobby's funny. And now you're like, "God, I'm getting to nearly fucking
Hank's age.
Hank's. I was gonna say Frank. God damn it! You get to, and I was just like, "This is fucking brilliant." I just love this show. And then Dale's one of my favourite characters at the end.
Yeah.
And how every episode is just his fucking wife leaving with John Redcorn, and you're and you're just like, how does he never find it? Don't ever tell me if he does. Right, I'll figure it out by myself. There's 13 seasons, which I thought was a lot.
Yeah,
did you finish in 2010?
Yeah, but
it's coming back.
It was going for a good long time there.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
It's coming
I think it was about 13 seasons it was going on for.
Yeah, that sounds like a long time.
It's like you listened to me.
No, I'm just looking it up.
The first season's a bit. It might be the version I got, but the first season's a little rough looking.
Yeah, it's because it's just Mike Judd said himself he was a bit fatigued from all the Beavis and Butthead stuff.
Yeah.
So to go into something like taking one of the characters that he had in Beavis and Butthead and sort of moulding to someone from Texas, from is it Arlen, Texas?
Arlen, Texas.
Yeah, it's just great. Hank is such a, he's a great guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's got his issues and stuff, and it's always fun just seeing how exposed. Peggy's interesting. She develops.
Peggy's a cow?
Yeah. So you'll see a moment that will happen where Peggy will just suddenly flip into being this like weird.
She's quite a supportive wife and mother right now.
Yeah. There's a moment that happens and people pinpoint it and go, "This is the moment that this happened." And once the episode happens and she comes out of it, you're like, "Man, she's just turned into a bit of a bitch." It's very odd.
That's weird. Like Bobby is weird.
I love Bobby.
His wee kid is just hilarious.
I don't think you'd like this.
The music. Well, I like listening to that kid's music. God, it's all toilet water. I love it.
It's like watching an episode.
I know. It's like
a really bad episode.
It's just like obviously at the beginning it's Hank and Luann like that, like he just has no idea how to deal with like a teenage girl. Yeah. He's like I think he came out of the bedroom one morning and like didn't have his glasses on. It was like, "Oh, hi honey," and stuff like that, and she was like, "Oh, hi Uncle Hank," and he's like, wait what?" Like Luann, like obviously that's his accent. Wait what? Luann. A fucking show though. Definitely watch it. It has not aged.
Imagine a King of the Hill, but it was like Bon Hill. Then he would have that accent.
I know a guy that called himself the King of Bon Hill.
He was an idiot though.
He ran that hill, didn't he?
He ran the hill.
Couldn't run the hill.
No.
It was easier to say it.
Also, no one liked him in the hill, or knew who he was. Anyway, the show hasn't aged at all. There's no point where I've went, they're showing its age there.
Yeah.
Like it stayed away from like pop culture, it stayed away from like technology and stuff like that. It was very much just, well, so far it's very much just this weird wee family in street in the suburbs of Texas somewhere. It is so much fun to watch, and it's so quick and like light to watch as well. So thumbs up on King of the Hill, by the way.
Nice.
If you didn't know.
Thanks for that contemporary opinion here.
But like,
have you met Hank's dad yet?
Yes, mate, he lost his shins in Vietnam. Is it the Korea or Vietnam?
I can't feed him in.
Oh, mate, he's so fucking good. He is amazing. He's one of my
God, you're so ugly, Hank. He's
so mean to Hank as well. Like, and he takes Bobby to a fucking brothel, doesn't he?
Yeah,
what he thinks is a brothel.
He thinks it's a brothel, but it's...
Oh, it's so good. It's just... It's timeless, mate. Timeless. We only started watching it again, I think, because the announcement did come out that they were doing another season.
Hulu's asking it to come back because Beavis and Butthead was so successful.
This never-ending reboot capitalist hell that we live in. Yeah, well, they can never try it new because it might fail.
Mike Judd said he came out and was wanting to do something with Hank, and the cast of King of the Hill. He was like, well, maybe we could do something about the whole thing with Donald Trump, because it says like, how would Hank Hill deal with something like that, having a celebrity president? Because
I don't think Hank would like Donald Trump.
No, well, see, they go later on because he's always been quite conservative. Yeah, and then he met George W. Bush. There's an episode like that where he shakes his hand, but he's like, "You got a weak handshake." No, and he just changes his whole perspective. I think this is amazing.
But like Donald, I'm not going to get any like Donald Trump too much, but like he's like a New York celebrity liberal guy who a guy for Texas shouldn't like a guy like Hank shouldn't really like connect with. He'd look at him as a weirdo. Like
it's not the stereotypical Texas
conservative.
Well, what we would think, because like we're ignorant to the fact that we don't know anything about American
all we do
politics.
is consume American culture pretty much constantly because of American hegemony around it. Never mind politics again. Anyway,
you see me glaze over there, like,
King Hill, fantastic.
You mentioned Atomic Heart there a wee bit. Have you had a chance to play it, Dom?
Played a couple hours.
So what was your thoughts on it?
Like, there's a few moments I was like, what is this trying to be? Like, I'm assuming it's going to be like a Bioshock, but outdoors, and there was a wee bit of like horror elements with like the robots turning and stuff.
You're trying to spark
I know, you've seen it.
I was trying to open my iron brew bottle loudly.
Shake it
no,
up really,
I like it fizzy. I like it fizzy.
Like, I've just got to the bit where what was her name? Ma'am? Like Queenie? Basically, Elizabeth II shows up.
I can't get away from her.
Yeah, she's there. She gives you a gun and goes like, there you go. It was near the start of the game.
Oh, the old women,
yeah. She looks a bit like Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, it's like British Simulator. Like, everyone knows when you're British. Like, there's a certain age, you go to the Queen, she gives you a gun.
Yeah, it's Soviet Simulator, mate. It's very pro-Soviet.
What did you say?
It is
pro-Soviet.
What did you say, boys? Like, I didn't know this.
And it's like, see the way they say comrade always makes me feel like comrade. Comrade. It's very comrade. Yeah, I'm like, oh, it didn't sit right with me. But then I think it's because it's an American.
Don't like foreigners.
That's what it is here. That's exactly what it is. Visually, the game's beautiful looking.
Yeah,
like it's absolutely like. See some of the moments where you like, you know, you travel down to like where your mission is, and you're coming from the city in the sky, and you're sort of seeing like the landscape, which I'm assuming is Russia.
I think so.
Like,
yeah,
it's like forests and stuff. I'm like, I know there's forests in Russia, but I was like, there's not enough snow here.
Got, like,
you know, but I don't know where
it's a big place.
Like, it's like,
oh god damn it, Dom!
Doing well, guys. Nice.
I made a funny face there because I didn't know there was a city in the sky, and I was like, how Bioshock are we going here? Like, how many layers of Bioshock are we here?
It is pretty Bioshock, but I remember when I first played Bioshock.
It's not a bad thing.
Well, if it pulls it off, no, it's definitely not. But when I played Bioshock, I was like immediately drawn in, and I tried Atomic Heart, and it just wasn't doing it for me at all. Like, maybe I need to give it a bit more time, but
we need that Bioshock
there was just,
series.
I had no inkling to go back to it after I stopped playing it. You know?
Whereabouts did you stop in the Atomic Heart?
So, like,
did you get to the vending machine where you can upgrade your guns and it tries to have sex with you?
No.
Okay, you've not got that. Yeah. The robot becomes like, so there's a basically like a fridge that like you've got this sort of like this thing in your hand that talks to you.
Wee glove that's got like wee.
It's got a bit of a personality, and you can upgrade like so you can have like powers and stuff. Or like, I mean, like the concept's pretty great. I like the idea that it's like using their version of futuristic robots and stuff. So it's all the ones that look very much like, hello, how are you doing? And they've all got the same generic face, but the eyes they just look at you when, no matter which way you go, they just stare at you. They don't blink or anything, so it's quite unsettling. But there's a machine. It's basically where you go to upgrade your weapons and your ammo and your gear. But the machine's very much like just is a bit overly affectionate about you. It's like, just take that thing off your wrist and we can run away together and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know about this. This is a bit because like where Bioshock was more like the human element was still there, because like little sister, you're either trying to help the little sister or take the Adam out of them. Is that what I say? I've not played Bioshock in years, but there you go. Like, I've not played that in years, but I can remember Rapture, Big Daddy,
it was so
Little Sisters.
striking though. Like the whole thing was that kind of. Mate, this is such a political podcast, right? Because Bioshock is a super political game, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's all based on like Ayn Rand's fucking Atlas Shrugged and stuff like that. So like all the concepts in it are like all for you or all for everyone type of thing, and that kind of like, even if you didn't know any of that stuff, that's still quite like gripping for you. Like that kind of like binary of like, like I want to get stronger or will I help type thing, and then the actual kind of Art Deco-ness of like Rapture that brought me in, because it was like bright and neon-y, but at the same time it was kind of retro. Like the kind of like, remember Batman the Animated Series, that kind of Art Deco look. Plus the writing in Bioshock was unbelievable, and the gunplay was really fucking good. Like they absolutely killed it with that.
It was solid on every aspect of the
game. 2007 though. Like this is 2023. I'm just dating us. Like, that was 16 years ago, Bioshock.
And you can still remember like the location, the visual for it. Like, again, it's something that's such a unique under the sea, under the sea environment that you feel like could be explored more, but no one really wants to touch it, because how can you touch something as great as Rapture was?
Well, the Bioshock Infinite DLC tried it.
Oh, they did try to do it when it was before the start of Bioshock, and it looked, because everything was nice and lively, and you're like, hold on, who cares about that?
So what are they missing then? Are they missing that kind of like setting? Because they're cool. I say cool. The kind of Soviet style artwork and stuff like that. Is that not grabbing you as much as the kind of libertarian?
I think
Art Deco-ness?
I think it's more like, I've noticed it a lot, that you have to go up to everything individually in the text format, and this might be just me nitpicking. The text format is way too small for you to read, so you need to go right up to a poster to translate it, and you're like, and then you're like, it's very much like propaganda posters and stuff that are there, but it's not. I mean, it's going to sound stupid. It's not good propaganda posters. It's like obvious propaganda posters. You're like, but is that because that's set for like World War II? Is this what they used to have? Back when keep calm, like we'd have here.
So the kind of surrounding world isn't quite real enough for you.
I think like it's just very basic. That's the thing. It's not that it's not real. I think it's just too basic. It's too basic.
I think it also suffers because if this had came out at the same time as BioShock, or around about that time, then it would have more of an impact. But we've kind of seen a lot of this before already, and it is trying to be innovative and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just not got it.
Beautiful looking game though.
BioShock's one of them special games that they've really tried to, like Infinite tried to like do it again. BioShock 2 obviously, but like they can never really replicate that feeling of playing the first one because the art design and the writing and it just kind of was perfect at that time.
Yeah, even BioShock 2, I don't think I finished it.
No,
really.
You know, I started it and I was like, yeah, it's more of the same, but I've already seen the same.
You already played it. You want something different.
I've only played the first one in Infinite.
Yeah, I played all 3 of them. I really liked. I did like Infinite up until like I think halfway through it, but it was because it's all to do with time stuff.
The story
time traveling. It gets a bit like anytime when you involve like time or parallel universes, you need to have strong writing for it to be engaging.
Yeah.
There's there's moments where you're just like, oh, I've seen that coming. Like there was no big twist, and you're like, oh, well.
To finish this BioShock tangent, because we're not actually supposed to be talking about it, how annoying is it in Infinite that you don't actually ever get to fight that fucking bird?
Yeah,
it appears and you're like, oh, that's going to be a really cool boss battle or a big set piece in the game, but then
it's there to sort of protect Elizabeth, isn't it? So you're like, well.
I think it probably was maybe in the game more, and maybe they ran out of money. Or the game was a bit production hell for a bit, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So they probably cut it. Anyway, I want to still play it. I know you've said like there's cons to it, but like it looks so interesting to me that I actually want to.
There's pros, like there is pros again. Like as I said, like to it, it's got something there that I'm still like, I'm still going to try playing it. I've only just played a couple hours though, but like I'd still like visually it's stunning. It's got that horror element I think as well, which is very BioShock relevant as well. Like when you're fighting all the
body
monsters and that as well, but it's not that bad because it's robots. But later in you'll see like there's humans hanging from the ceiling and stuff like that. There's people in half and all that, and the detail's quite detailed for them.
It is in a wee bit of hot water though. I don't know if you've heard the controversy about it. Ukraine's is obviously not happy about it because it's very pro-Soviet, so it would be right up your street here.
That doesn't make any sense though, because Russia isn't Soviet now.
Yeah, it's more like
because it was developed in Russia as well.
It was originally the developers were from Russia, but then they now say that they're working out of Ukraine, and they're basically just being very vague on Twitter, saying like where they stand on the Russian invasion.
Because they're probably in a really hard place. Like if you said I condemn Russia, you can never go back to your home.
Yeah,
maybe. And if you say I condemn, or you like if you'd say anything against Ukraine, you're obviously treated like a pariah where you live and stuff like that. It's like I'm not going to make any moral judgments on them because like we all live in countries that have done really horrible shit that we wouldn't want the blame for. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really, I find it really like it's awful what Russia's doing. This isn't a fucking news podcast, obviously, but it's awful what Russia's doing. But to blame individual Russians or maybe individual people living in that space when our countries, it's not what about it. It's just saying that like it's kind of hypocrisy from us. Like I still bought American games when they invaded fucking Iraq and Afghanistan and all the myriad of other countries they've fucking bombed. So hi
American fans.
your consumer purchases do not affect politics in any way.
No,
they never do. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. And it's also a bit of it's also just a bit of fucking propaganda.
But that's not all. There's a couple of like robot twin women. They're like bodyguards of the bad guy. Of course, you have. They're very curvaceous and
I mean, robots are as long as they're shaped like women.
Yeah, but the thing is that they seem to be resembling Yulia Tymoshenko, who's like a leader of a political party in Ukraine, like same hairstyle and stuff like that.
Right.
I think a lot of people are grasping at straws.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, a lot of people like to like inject that there. So saying, so what you're saying is that's
a weird thing to like even like. It would make more sense if it was like the president of Ukraine's like wife or something like that. Like, and also a hairstyle. Is it a very is she the only one with it? Is it pronounced?
It's fairly kind of. It's not unique, but it's not
specific.
Yeah, it's specific. Yeah.
That'd be a weird one, and I don't know what that would. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, it was on Game Pass, so we didn't technically pay for it. So
yeah, we're not contributing.
There's a lot of performative stuff where this thing's like, oh, that kind of looks like that. It's like the whole fucking Hogwarts thing all over again.
For all you know as well, they literally just the designer saw that haircut and thought, oh, that looks cool.
And even if they didn't, it does not make any difference to what's going on with Ukraine and Russia.
But also in the save rooms, there's like wee cartoons you can watch, and people noticed that in one of them there's a very kind of racist, like old Disney style racist cartoon of like indigenous African people.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is
I've never seen any of that.
No.
But then again, like it was at the time when that was everywhere. Like, I mean, like go try some around and saying, "Are they pro this?" But at the same time, it's like if you're going to try and make this as authentic as possible, you've kind of got to look at that and go, "Oh, that's bad," but that's what was happened. That's what.
Yeah, it depends on the context of the cartoon. Is the cartoon presented as something funny, or is it presented as something from a
bygone era?
By like a regime or a government or a time and place that they try to vilify people and be racist and say, by the way, these people are racist. Yeah. This is the media they're producing.
Yeah, BioShock Infinite. Remember they did that? Like that's like the big thing at the top. Like they had them. This guy and this black woman paraded out that you had to throw rocks at them. Like that was right away. It was supposed to make you feel uncomfortable because it's like this is what it's like. It's like what did they didn't say Hicks in the sky, but they said something like
it was based on the Civil War in America, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, so they're just like we're taking the slavery up into the sky and stuff, and like this is how. And then the posters are around there. So yeah, in that vein, its context is key. It's just not a picture. It's just there like for people to like react to. A lot of people forget that, you know.
If it's just randomly in the game, it's fucking
horrible.
But if it's presented as something that someone evil has or someone bad has done, then that it's evidence to.
It's kind of going with the narrative of like they are a bad person. Here's another reason why they're a bad person.
This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to force this, this agenda on to people and saying this is okay to treat another human being like this.
I haven't played the game, so I don't know the context of it yet. So I'll play the game and I'll beat it, and I'll be like, nah, it was a racist as a fuck game. But thank God it was on Game Pass.
I got every achievement. But anyway, enough of that.
That politics, man.
Political.
So many like hot takes.
Tangent. Anything else that you've been up to?
I watched a fantastic film. That, by the way, made me cry.
Yeah, I seen you.
Was it Cocaine Bear? Was it Cocaine Bear?
Yeah. Fuck that bear, by the way. Like, I've not seen Cocaine Bear yet, but I'm rooting for everybody.
I've actually heard some good things.
I've heard really good things about it.
It's got that guy from TikTok in it. You know the guy that like he's got the mustache and like it's always like he's pretending to be the service worker, and it's like someone asks him a dumb question and then he stands up and the music starts getting all dramatic. Yeah, you seen that guy?
I don't think I've seen him. No.
He's like, it's just like a customer asks a stupid question. He's like, well, why? Like, and he goes off on a tangent about why would you ask that of a service worker and you're a dumb bitch.
What's that got to do with cocaine or bears?
He, I think, has turned that into an acting career.
Oh, right, I see.
So he's pretty funny. I like these TikToks, but
become an actor.
Anyway, I watched The Whale with Brendan Fraser, and it was made by that guy that married Jennifer Lawrence,
Aronofsky.
Aye. God, what a weird film, by the way. Did not expect this at all.
Weird, how so?
Just try not to go too much to spoilers because I do want to see this movie.
I won't spoil. Spoilers is weird in this because there's not a lot to spoil. It's about the moments in the film. If you know what I mean.
I mean, they make it quite clear. Is it not like a dad want to reconnect with his daughter or something like that?
Dad want to reconnect with his daughter. The dad is Brendan Fraser, who is
that'd be great,
fucking adorable. By the way, do you know the thing with Brendan Fraser is every role he plays is a lovable role, right? George of the Jungle. That was, you just loved him. You're like, what a fucking guy this is. He was in Scrubs as Ben. He was everyone's favourite character for a bit because he was so fun and nice, and then he had that really sad ending. He was in The Mummy trilogy that everyone's only ever seen the first two, and he was great in that because he was like a new Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He was in a few different kind of films after that, and then he kind of disappeared because of all that controversy with him getting groped and stuff. But like, he brings like an innocence as this character because he plays a really obese man.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of pity for like people, but like a lot of like there's a lot of jokes to be made as well, if you know what I mean. Like, you could have really made this film like an Eddie Murphy film. You know what I mean? Like, making fun of his weight and stuff like that, but they really showed it as something to be pitied.
Yeah.
And they showed it as a kind of compulsion, like an emotional compulsion, like all the eating and stuff. And it was like, mate, it was like hardly anything happened in the film properly, but like, you just kind of liked.
It's more about the dialogue.
Watching this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the story too much, but it's quite a important point of his life, and that's why he's the way he is, right? I don't want to go into it because it's quite good when you. I say quite good. It's a very sad thing.
It's interesting.
And he leaves his wife and becomes estranged with his daughter, and his daughter's Sadie Sink. She's in Stranger Things. She's the ginger lassie. Mm-hmm. She is fucking a pure cow in this, and she's so good at it. Like, she plays like the worst kid ever. Like, and you can understand, she feels like she's been abandoned by her dad because he's like disappeared. But like, she is evil. Like, she just does mean things to him, and like. Because it's Brendan Fraser, you're like, what a wee bitch, like. But then I think that's like a lot of the point is like, remember, he's the one that hurt her.
Yeah, left her, and yeah.
And like, he's a kind of like guy. He's an English teacher, and he always wants people to write. So he's trying to always see the good and the honesty. Honesty is good to him. Like, even if your like essay was good, if he feels you weren't honest, then he's like, no, be honest. I want you to write something honest. So like, as long as people are honest, like, see when she's kind of venting to him about how she fucking hates him, whatever. It hurts him, but I think he likes the honesty, like, because
he respects it.
He respects it. He thinks that if you're honest, you're a good person, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's just moments. The film just kind of tracks him over a week, and I'm trying not to mention things, obviously. He's got a carer type person that comes in. I can't remember the actress's name. She's really good though. She was in the menu as well as the waitress.
Okay.
I can't remember her name. I don't think it really matters what her name is anyway, but she plays kind of like his conscience type thing, or like his better nature. He tries to encourage him and stuff like that.
A wee bit of kind of humanity left in him.
Yeah. But like, their relationship's really nice and stuff. Brendan Fraser's acting in this is really good. Like, you don't see, like, isn't he moving around obviously because he's this obese man, like, in a way that he can hardly move. He's got like a Zimmer frame and a wheelchair by the end of it, and it's all these facial expressions and hands and stuff like that. And honestly, the emotion like through the film was pure. It was quite intense.
Yeah.
And just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching Brendan Fraser again, great actor, and then watching this story unfold, because it's kind of like something, every scene tells you something new about his life. And by the end of it, obviously I don't want to go into the climax of the film or anything, but everything comes together. And then the end kind of just happens, and you kind of leave the film feeling really fucking sad and really like hopeful as well. It's kind of like Darren Aronofsky's good at that. It's all metaphors.
Kind of bittersweet moment.
Yeah, he's a metaphor king. That guy, like, Mother was all about fucking Earth and God and Mother Earth and all that shit, but like Mother Nature. But there's a lot of like metaphors in this, obviously, as well. It's just really fun. It's genuinely okay. Nah, it's a solid, really, like, it's a really good film.
When was
I wouldn't say it was like great, like, because I don't know if this film has the parts to be great. It's got great characters though. Like, it's not got a script that's too great. It's got great characters. If you had this film with lesser actors, it would not hit as well. If someone else played that character,
a performance-driven piece.
Yes, Brendan Fraser plays this mad, vulnerable character, and I cry at a lot of media. Right, I'm very emotional. Can't control these emotions. I'm just a guy.
You're crying right now,
and I'm greeting. That's because I'm looking at Hamish.
He's like an onion.
Someone at work calls me Onion Man.
Do they actually?
Yeah.
Stop rubbing
It's because
yourself
he's got so many layers.
I was literally cooking something which didn't have onions in it, by the way. And she walked in and she was like, "Is that onions?" And I was like, "No, I can't even remember what it was." She was like, "Smells like onions." And then she was like, "Okay, Onion Man." And I was like,
Still very
doesn't
nice.
even make sense.
You're like, it's shallots.
Anyway.
Shallots or whatever you want to call them.
Anyway, so Hugh cries a lot.
Yeah, no, like I had a wee tear at the end because I like Brendan Fraser. I've cried at how many Brendan Fraser things have I cried at now? Like it's got to be 3. George of the Jungle.
Bedazzled.
You cried at George of the Jungle.
Yeah. Well, his career did.
His career?
Yeah, his career died after George of the Jungle. No. Which is all downhill.
Oh well, it's all downhill, but it was pretty high still.
I mean, I think a lot of people,
still a high hill.
A lot of people seem to forget that he's been consistently working for a long time.
Yeah, he was in Doom Patrol and stuff.
I think he still is.
He was in less. Like he should. Like I think people think he should have been like a top star.
Yeah.
Which I think his talent and how much people love him.
Monkey Bone. You ever seen Monkey Bone?
Yeah, Monkey Bone.
Is Monkey Bone good?
Yeah.
He was in that. Was it California Man as well?
Yeah, he was a frozen guy. Yeah.
That kind of rings a bell. Yeah, he comes. Yeah.
He was in that Adam Sandler and Steve Buscemi like Airheads. It was called, like where it was like a 3-piece band that they ended up hijacking a radio station.
Yeah,
so they could get their music to play.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was like.
But he's an instantly likable guy.
Yeah,
like he's got charisma. Got the Riz boys.
Got the Riz.
That's my new thing. I don't even know what that meant for such a long time. But like,
I mean, it was probably out of date like 5 years ago. But you know what? We're bringing it back, boys.
Cringe podcast.
Cringe cast.
So if you're into a bit of like kind of heavy film,
heavy actors.
It's a heavy film moment is the one.
Oh boy!
It's all really fucking sad moments, but other times are really good. It's worth watching.
So if you want a kind of actual movie that means something, there's a bit of a sentimentality to it, then that's the
got a bit of weight to it.
I don't know if I'd want to watch it again. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those kind of, oh fuck, if I'm getting into this again, it's kind of
like Requiem for a Dream or Schindler's List. It's like you see it once,
it's another Darren Aronofsky film.
Like, that's what I mean. It's like, you know, he's good at these one part.
That's enough.
Yeah,
I've seen it. That's enough.
I get it. Yeah, I'll keep that with me. I don't need to see that again. I'll keep those lessons with me.
I want to see more Brendan Fraser in films. I want to see him in like roles he can kind of get stuck into, because that guy's got a lot of range and being an adorable, lovable man.
Yeah.
Tom, definitely watch it.
Yeah. I'll watch it as well and we'll talk about it properly next time.
Yeah. I went to the cinema, we'll talk about that at some point. I went to see Ant-Man. I got thoughts, bud. I got thoughts. Should I talk about that now?
We'll talk about that later on.
Right, okay. Fuck you then, man.
Hey, I'm the host this week, right?
Hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll do as I fucking say. Right?
Anyway, Ant-Man.
Games? Did you not play a bit of Vampire Survivors?
Oh, so I did. Thanks for reminding me, Hamish.
Right. See,
I got quite.
I actually prepare when I'm the host. See,
again, right? Vampire Survivors is a game that you can switch on and play. It's like what I talked about with FIFA back in the day. Like you switch on, you play 20 minutes, half an hour, and then you can turn it off.
Yeah.
I got addicted to this game pretty quickly because of the loop, the constant upgradable loop.
So give us a wee.
It kind of looks 8-bit, 16-bit game. It's an indie game. It's on Game Pass. I think it's only about £3 on like Steam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of different like YouTubers kind of contributed to it. I think James Stephanie Stirling did a lot of the stuff on it. Stuff like that. It's kind of a game that plays itself almost. So like, you know, a bullet hell shooter, right? Imagine you're a fucking Castlevania character.
Yep.
And you know all the Castlevania weapons.
Yep.
Like they come flying out at a set pace with a set damage, and there's waves and waves of enemy, and you just have to move your character around and try and get the upgrades, get the money, and then eventually you either get overwhelmed and die as you go up levels and collect things, or death appears. I think it's 20 minutes in, and he just chases you around till he kills you, but you can survive until he grabs you.
Just like life.
It's like a
the metaphor to Darren Aronofsky made this game.
Well, like what do they call it? A self-player or something, or it's you just move, you don't attack.
Yeah, you literally don't press a button to attack. You just kill things depending on the style of your weapon.
Yeah, it's a running gun.
Pick up the there's not even any gunning. Like the gunning is automatic.
Yeah. You build a character. So like when you collect gold, there's like a menu at the beginning where you can add like things.
Yeah, you've got like permanent upgrades with your gold that consist through playthroughs, and then when you kill things you get wee gems, which is XP, and then you can choose a list of upgrades for this run basically.
Right. I didn't really get it until like my third or fourth run, until I started really getting to the grips with the mechanics of the game, because I was trying to figure out, right, okay, what's the different builds I can use.
In a game where you only move, it took you 3 or 4 runs to figure it out.
It's not super complex, but there was the different items you can and weapons you can get. So every time you level up, you get like a wee menu of the random weapons you can get, and you can like combine them, like evolve them at some point and stuff. So there's things like garlic, which gives you like a radius weapon. So like it's an area of attack, like
it's literally just permanently around you.
So that's a really good beginner, like start of the game weapon.
Yeah,
so like you
then
can just walk into things.
The first kind of wave is bats, and you can literally just stand still. They come at you and they die. Like in a lot of ways, it kind of felt similar to like Hades when.
Yeah, that was a game I was thinking of when I was playing it.
There was just kind of like certain power ups. If you picked them or got them to a certain level, you didn't really have to worry about it, and
So Binding and Isaac's Hades kind of game where it's
it obviously does get harder as the waves progress and stuff like that, and you do need to be aware of things, but
the skill is in the build, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you need to know what
that should be the tackling.
The skill is in the build.
It's because like it's random a lot of the time, but there is that luck you can add to it.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the time I was trying to do the build with garlic, where I was running into things, and then I was kind of like, let's try and do a range build, and I was using like there's lightning one where there's 4 random lightning bolts on the screen, and there's like holy water, and it has like holy water drops on things. You get them up to a certain level, and you're just like destroying everything. There's like 400 items on the enemies on the screen, and they're just going pop, 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 pop. They're popping like balloons, and I don't know what the scientific thing is, but there's a thing in my brain that goes, "This is fantastic."
Yeah,
I just
like just keep going, just keep going, just keep going.
I think it's like, you see, because when I looked at it, and the only reason that I really looked at it was you asked me, "Oh, have you played it?" Because you had, and I downloaded it, and I thought, I'll give it like one shot because it looks okay, and then I tried it, and then I was like, I apart from the fact like 8 achievements unlocked the first time I played it, but I was like, ooh, maybe I can do a wee bit better than this next run, And I think it's that just kind of like, I can do a wee bit better than that. I was like, oh, see if I do it this way, I can do it a wee bit better.
Like the rinse and repeat.
Yeah, but there's always like a kind of not even. It's like a personal progression, like beating your own kind of. So I've played it a lot, not a lot, but I played it like a few times, a lot more than I thought I would. It is quite addictive, and as you say, it's a good wee. I've only got 20 minutes, and then I need to
go to work or whatever.
I'll just fire one of those wee round to that on, And
I downloaded it onto my laptop on Game Pass on like Windows or whatever it's called. I didn't even play it on the Xbox. Right. I just played it on the laptop because I was looking I was sitting. My Xbox is in the spare room. I was sitting in the living room with Sinead, and I was thinking, oh, there's a game I can play on my laptop really easily with just the keys on the keyboard.
Yeah,
and it was so much fun. Like I got pure addicted to it, and I was just like, oh, I need to keep playing this game. I don't know how much longer I'm going to play it though, because I think I've got the most out of the loop that I kind of.
There's going to be diminishing returns eventually. You're just going to be like, I've had enough. And
there's weapons I just don't want to upgrade because I don't like them. So trying that way, Game Pass on PC. Try to like see what's out there, but like PC games are just so annoying.
I'll be honest. A lot of the time when I look at the Game Pass games on the PC, I'll check the controller friendly ones.
Yeah,
because even if I'm playing it on a PC, I'm more comfortable with a controller.
Yeah, there's a demo on Steam that I downloaded called Wandering Sword. It's a game made in China, and it's kind of like the 2D HD stuff that Square Enix are doing. Well, this is someone else doing that, and it's like a strategy RPG, and it looks really good. The music sounds really good, and I saw the trailer on YouTube, and I downloaded it, and it was keyboard and mouse only.
Right.
And it's a strategy RPG, so it's a grid based thing, and I'm like,
shouldn't really need.
But there was so many like. You had to remember so many different keys for different things, and I was like, I want a controller. I'm such a fucking layman with this that I want a controller.
Yeah.
I think there's ways and means. It's only a demo for now, so I'm hoping they kind of
include it later on.
Yeah, it probably will.
It shows you, man. I'm just like, remember to press the E key. Why would I do that?
E key.
Yeah, a part of it as well is because like I'm left-handed, so I have the mouse in the left hand. But most games are set up for WASD, and So even then, if I do want to play a PC game, keyboard and mouse, I need to change all the keys, and then it's just not very comfortable. Controller, I think, is just the optimal way to play a game.
Yeah, I mean, see, when we play Call of Duty, and you get, like, obviously we play on Xbox, and it's got that cross-play lobby, and you get the PC guys, and you're like, how did he just clicked on my head?
Yeah,
that's right, he just clicked on my head, and I have to move these stupid thumbs around with these sticks.
Clicked on
fucking
my head.
Crossplay. I don't mind crossplay when it comes to PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch, but like PC guys,
it's a different kind of level. Yeah. Anything else here? Because Dom's getting bored, so I need to move on to him. So.
Yeah, I'm just staring into space.
You can move on to Dom. I did watch Ant-Man. Unless there's anything else you can remember that I did.
I don't have anything else down here now. But so Dom, what have you been up to?
Watching some. Finishing off Modern Family. I've got one more season to go.
Oh my God's sake!
And it's like, I think Angie hadn't seen.
Al Bundy's going to be dead by the time he gets done, mate.
So which one of the kids are you most attracted to now?
All of them. It's horrible.
What about you, Hamish?
Haley's obviously more attractive than.
You had
Alex?
Alex. You wanted me to ask you that. You were like, I've got a fucking answer for him.
Out of the kids, Haley's obviously hotter than Alex Winter's character. What's his name again? Fuck.
Alex.
Is it just Alex?
Yeah. It's Ariel Winter.
Ariel Winter. That's why I'm getting confused. Yeah.
That's why I know her full name like that.
I don't know. Like, again, the more I've watched this show, the more that I realised that, like, Claire, the mum, she's just insane. Yeah, she's just great, insane.
Hamish was thinking you were going to say she's the hottest.
Well, she is. We had this conversation the last time.
We did have this a couple of weeks ago for it, but yeah, it's a show that they do remember their key moments. Oh, their characters. They know their characters so well that if, like, like Cam and Mitchell, like, they will always have, like, their way. Like, Cam's way over emotional, where Mitch very much, like, reserved and doesn't want, and they always have it. They always play it, but they always come back together at the end, like, oh no, that's why we love each other. And that feels can get a bit repetitive, but the way that they both work, it's like, okay, they work so well together that you're like, nah, you don't get bored of that. It's a quality
show.
I think one of the problems is, though, when you're binging a show, is you're seeing this all in a much shorter time frame than they intended it to be viewed.
Over like 11 years, pretty much.
So
yeah,
you need to take that into consideration. It's like I've never watched House, but I've heard it's very formulaic.
Yeah.
Oh, someone comes in. Oh, what the fuck's this? And then he figures it out. Like
no. So basically, how it starts is you see start of the episode with the person having their illness. House comes in and sasses people. They have the person that came in from the start. They think it's something that's common.
Lupus.
It's not that. It's lupus.
Never lupus.
House turns around and calls everyone assholes. Comes up with this crazy theory. Something else happens to the person that's came in, like another disease partner. He's like, House goes, it can't be that. Lupus is brought up again. Then House somehow manages to figure it out. The person thanks him and he goes, well, I'm not God, but I really am. And then House gets sad.
Do you know what's really weird? Forever, I didn't realise that House was like just a Sherlock Holmes thing. I had, like, in my head, like, someone said that, or it was
just solving a mystery in it,
and I was like, House, Holmes. Oh yeah, yeah. Like,
he's got, then you think he's got his sidekick,
penny drop.
Like, it's very, like, it's obvious now, but like I was like, wait, what? I think it was like one of them top 10 Sherlock Holmes like
homages,
rip-offs or whatever.
Because you remember, he's addicted to, like, painkillers.
Sherlock
Holmes,
and his best friend's met by Watson. His conscience, type thing. It's just, I was like, fuck. Wait, am I dumb?
Well,
but yeah, like the last season of that, and again with a good TV show, you really you don't want to watch it all in the one time.
Yeah,
and it's like, I do feel like no one really talks about season 11. I mean, that's like, I didn't even know there was a season 11 until because Disney Plus only has up to season 10.
That's weird,
which is very strange. So I don't know if Amazon still have the rights to it or whatever's going on there.
It's weird considering services, man. It's been finished for a wee while now.
Yeah. It has been a good couple of years. But yeah, that's a great TV show. I'm really glad I watched it. And again, there's some moments where you can see with, like, Gloria, like, she's sort of like toned down the Colombian stuff, and I can understand why, because maybe they're like, oh, this is making fun of Colombians, and it's like, well, I didn't think it was in bad taste. There's nothing really.
I think they just don't want to make a one note.
Yeah, that's true, and she's brilliant. Like, I think there's not one bad. I say that there's not one bad actor that's on that, but Lily's character has become more like stone faced, where she doesn't have any emotion. So the adopted girl, Vietnam, like her's just like whatever, and it's become very one noted.
Yeah,
I mean, even at that, I'm like, well, that's just a personality, I guess. That's it. Like, they're going to go.
Yeah, they do kind of make jokes of that, and they, it's not just like, it's not awkward because the actress is playing that when she shouldn't. That is basically just her character kind of thing.
But like, a lot of the kid actors that they have there, see like Joe, like the youngest, like Jay's boy, and then it's someone's uncle. Whose uncle? The family dynamic's weird because he's married to his second wife, and it's like Claire's brother, Claire's brother, half brother, but the kid's like half uncle or something. It's like that kind of like he's younger, but he's your uncle. So they really work on that, and they go, just let's not complicate it.
It's like Alabama or something like that. Yeah, it's just weird family.
Bon Hill again.
But Joe's brilliant. The wee actor for him, he's really good. Like, see his deliveries and the way how quick he is. I'm like, this guy's got it. This guy's going places. Not seen him in anything else. Luke as well. Like, he was like a bit of he's just like an idiot. And then he suddenly like sort of has this role where he's like, okay, now he's just doing this in the background. And I'm like, where's Luke's the actor that plays? Like, where is he? Because you'd think he'd be in like a comedic role, like say like Seth Rogen or Paul Rudd or like that kind of. Yeah, he could do well in that, but you've not seen him in anything else. A lot of the characters you've like this apart from it,
the kids haven't been in much else at all. Actually,
it's very very bizarre. Like I was thinking, I was like, I've not seen many of the cast apart from.
I know what it is. They've all got tons of cash.
I was going to say like
syndication,
royalties and stuff like that. It must make a lot. And I know like Ariel Winter, for example, not Alex Winter, but Ariel Winter. But she's always had quite a hard time. Like when they first started, her mother came to set with her and told her like, don't get too fat, you can't be too ugly to be on TV and stuff like that. Which is why she's had like bad issues with weight and fluctuation and stuff like that.
That's a shame.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she wanted to just get out of show business at all. And, but I think you've got it nail on the head. Like they've all probably got plenty of money. Like,
yep, if you're on one of them shows, it's got like 11 seasons and it's replayable and it gets sold to Amazon or it gets sold or it's owned by Disney. Like you're getting cash forever. Yeah.
They can probably just, if they are the artistic actor type, they can just do wee things that they actually find interesting because they don't need to worry about.
The Robert Pattinson style. You do something fucking shite and big that you don't really like Twilight, and then you just go off and be weird forever now. Yeah. And then he's just like, I'm Batman now as well, and you're like, how the fuck did this happen? Because like forever he went for like the people are like teenage boys and stuff like that time. Oh, this fucking loser! He's playing the shite. He's ruined vampires.
He's a sparkly
forever.
Vampire. Yeah.
And then you're like, wait. Have you seen him in this film? Oh, he's really fucking good. Like, this is weird. Why is he so good? It turns out he needed money like everybody else.
Yeah.
Get him some scratch, as they say.
Yeah, I think he didn't like Twilight either.
Oh, he hated it. Any of the interviews, you see him just like taking the piss out of it, going like, "That's true."
I mean, it's a really dumb idea, but a lot of kids, young adult shit's dumb. But
yeah. Just went up to that. What else have I been doing?
Sorry, Hamish. I used your host. Sorry, sorry, host.
I'll allow it.
Would you like to host?
I'll allow it this time.
That's right. Don't worry about it, Hugh. Anyway, Dom, what else have you been?
I think I've talked about it the last time, like Alan Partridge and stuff, sort of like for the comedic parts.
So really, nothing new.
But no. Like I've been watching a lot of stand-up stuff. Right. So like Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle. What else has I been watching?
Dave Chappelle, that's a fun topic to talk about all the time now, isn't it?
Well, old Dave Chappelle, should I say.
Before Dave got like kind of cranky about everything.
Oh wait, before he was big.
And his voice completely changed.
Yeah. It's all the roids, mate. Well, he does smoke like crazy as well. So
yeah.
Because smoking does that to your voice, makes you more raspy. But I've been playing sexy, is that what you say, Hamish?
That's a sexy voice.
Played some Atomic Heart.
We've heard that.
Come on, Dom. Come on.
Fucking hell.
Come on.
You're so aggressive. So I did start.
He's raging that the spotlight isn't on him for the moment.
He's like, come on, give me a pack.
I'm attention. See, I've got jokes, mate. I'm a clown.
You are a clown.
I already called myself.
What else, Dom? Shut it, clown.
So I started playing Arkham Knight.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's the nose.
Go on, do it again. That's just like a creaky bed, mate.
That's what it fucking sounds like. Squeaky nose.
No, they squeak. They don't creak.
I can't do that, Hamish.
Sorry, Dom.
Sorry, which one was which?
I don't know.
Fucking...
We're all a bunch of fucking clowns, I'm doing.
Yeah, apologies, listeners.
So, started playing Arkham Knight on the Xbox Series X. Visually, it looks great.
It's a good looking game.
Problem is, it still has those issues with crashing.
Really?
Yeah, still has it. Like,
didn't they just update it?
No, they only updated it for the upscaling, but that's it. They've not done anything else. I think when I was streaming Metroid, Craig gave me a whole paragraph through of like everything that was happening with like Rocksteady.
Okay.
And it was like, cause it went to the guys that did Killer Instinct. That's the reason why it came out buggy and stuff.
But they were good though, those guys. They were Polish, weren't they? They were a Polish developer.
Yeah, but I think they were put down like for they weren't paid enough to do it and too much to fix.
It was quite rushed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Anyway, so that's the reason why it's just never been fixed. So Rocksteady kind of passed the blame over to them. But I played about a couple of hours of it, and then Angie was like, "Oh, I'm just going to start playing it." I go, "No problem," and ended up that she kind of took over and started playing it on her own profile and was enjoying the story. So I kind of like sat in the back seat watching Angie play Arkham Knight because she'd never played the game at all, hadn't been spoiled on anything, which I was like, oh, that's going to be interesting. The only thing she played up to, I think she played up to Joker's reveal, and that was it. So right. I was like, oh, thank God, because if like someone turned around and spoiled like, oh, the Joker shows up again. Well, not really shows up.
Yeah.
But Mark Hamill reprises his role again. You'd be pure mad. You'd be raging. But I was like, I still can't believe she didn't get spoiled like at all.
She played Arkham Asylum.
She's played all the Arkham games. Arkham City.
Origins as well.
Aye. She's played Arkham City's her favourite game.
See, I'm going back to... I got halfway through City and dropped it. I was on that cycle of playing games for a while and then dropping them at that time.
Uh-huh.
Have you not seen, like... I haven't played Origins or Night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know the story because I know Batman, but like... Do you not see the kind of narrative is about now that like Origins is actually the most interesting one? It's got the most interesting ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just the fact that it was
It's Montreal, wasn't it?
It was a developer that didn't really know the engine that well, and they kind of tried to use the Arkham City engine, and then they definitely should have upscaled that for fucking the Arkham collection.
They should have.
It's so dumb that we had an Arkham collection where one of the games is stuck on the 360.
Yeah. Like Arkham...
Hamish left to go to the toilet and now he's back.
No, he's not.
I've been listening to this whole thing. I agree with everything you said.
Arkham Origins, like I played maybe about a couple of hours of that, and it was before the patch. So that suffered from issues where it kept crashing and deleting your game. So I never finished it. But when I heard what happened in the story, I was like, really, I'm sick of the Joker. At that point, I was like, he doesn't need to be everywhere.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. But it was like Angie had a really good time playing it. Again, it does have its problems. Again, I can remember like the frustration that I had with that game, like just seeping through. So, for instance, the Batmobile, great concept. Don't want to be stuck in a tank for like a quarter of the game where you had to go about destroying the fucking militia.
Yeah.
That and it's still buggy, still doesn't feel right. And then when your Batmobile gets destroyed, they give you a new one that. Which is crazy because like you do all the Riddler stuff and you're like driving with your Batmobile. You get the second one, it feels completely different. Like I was like, how is that even possible? It's like, oh, it must be upgraded. And we went and checked. I was like, no, but this actually feels shitter. They purposely made your Batmobile shitter later on, so they either make the mechanics harder for the shooting for the militia, or that. I'm like, this is terrible.
Rocksteady have been living off of good vibes from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City for like. Going on 12 years now nearly.
They're good games, but
they are really good games. But Arkham Knight came out and it was critically lauded for its because they're good games, but like technically it was fucked.
I'm sure that was the first game on Steam that offered auto refunds if you played under a certain amount of hours because so many people were angry with the way it came out.
They still
like they still not fixed it. They refused to fix it, even with the city up there, like the collections and stuff. They still like, nah, we're not fixing it.
Warner Bros just keep fucking up things that are good, don't they?
Yeah,
they fucked up the Mordor games.
Yeah,
they're dead now. because of their stupid boardroom fucking.
Oh, well,
problems.
they patented the mechanics on that, like the
Nemesis system.
Nemesis system, and then no one else can use that without them. So guess what? No one's going to use that system or make that system any better.
Now I have a feeling. I think Hamish is probably going to get on it at some point. With what we saw for the Suicide Squad game and Gotham Knights being pretty panned all round, they're probably going to kill the kind of Arkham franchise for a bit, I think.
But I'm sorry, like I don't know. I was so glad Angie finished Arkham Knight before we watched like the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, because when they mentioned that it was set 5 years after Arkham Knight, and then Batman showed up, I was like, because again they kind of left it at the end of Arkham Knight
ambiguous.
Ambiguous, like, is Bruce Wayne dead after the big reveal? Because I was very happy, like, you know, again with the pacing of that story. That I think that's the story of Arkham Knight is brilliant. If you knew comic books, you seen the Arkham Knight reveal coming from a mile away, which is such a shame because Rocksteady kept coming out and going, "It's not who you think it is." It's not who you think.
It's been out for like 8 years now. It's Jason Todd.
I've
never played the game, and I know it's Jason Todd.
Yeah, but everyone was like, "Oh, it's not who you think it is." It's not who it is. And it was like, "Yeah, it's Red Hood." It was Jason Todd. Apart from he got this cool big J on his face. I liked how they did a lot of references to like the Killing Joke, and like Rocksteady are great of like having wee nods to everything like around the billboards and stuff. Like,
and when you see that in a game or a movie or whatever, you get a wee bit of respect, and you think at least they have done a bit of research, because they probably didn't know all this before.
Yeah,
but they care about it enough that they will include that kind of shit, you know.
Yeah, and like what I'm worried about is that they killed a Superman game to make this Suicide Squad game, because that was their next idea, was to do a Superman game, and you could see the potential in that trailer. You're like, oh my god, can you imagine flying about Superman in that city, Metropolis, and going like, this is so different from Gotham. This is going to be amazing to be like, yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to remember what someone did like a parody trailer of the Suicide Squad, and it was like, jump about as Harley with your big guns, or King Shark with your big guns, and it was just basically everyone down because they're all shooting the guns, and you're like, oh my god, they're right.
Sharks don't have like opposable fingers. How do the shark
fins?
Right?
Yeah, how's a shark supposed to shoot a gun, mate? Like, it's not
like,
even a joke. It's a legitimate concern.
I had this feeling that Hamish
Captain Boomerang with his gun
on his boomerang. I had this feeling that Hamish should go and defend the game, because the part that really, really annoyed me was because the generic look of the customization. Like, call me fucking old, right? I don't
care. You're old, mate.
Thanks. I don't really give a fuck about customization a lot of the time.
So you've said, yeah.
Like, see all this stuff in Call of Duty. Like friend of the podcast Ross, he'll be like, "Oh, I got this thing for my gun," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, I have fucking camos for my gun, but like, I think that's not a part of the game I really care about.
I mean, see, if you play it, I think if you play it enough, like Ross plays it a lot, so to have like a different skin colour when you're playing the game is like, keeps it more interesting, I guess. And have it, or it's more limited.
It's different. I think that it gets to the point where if that's all that's left, and you enjoy the game, but you feel like you need to have some kind of goal, it's helpful to like, all right, okay, I'll go towards this, and that might lead you down a path of doing a game mode you didn't normally play.
Yeah,
you know, kind of similar to like achievements and stuff like that. I mean, really, at the end of the day, they mean nothing. Mm-hmm. It's just points.
The Destiny and Fortnite-ification of every game now is depressing.
And speaking of which, that's another game I've been playing, was Destiny 2.
I thought you were going to say fucking Fortnite. I mean, I saw the Destiny 2 trailer and it looked fucking badass.
So, like, I downloaded Destiny 2.
I'm a sucker for a trailer, man.
Destiny always has looked good.
I beat Vanilla Destiny 2. Like, I did beat Vanilla Destiny 2, and then I kind of dropped off it because the guys I was playing with at work kind of dropped it.
Was it Destiny 2 that had Peter Dinklage as the wee robot?
No, that's the first one.
That was the first one.
And Peter Dinklage is...
No, Peter Dinklage. I'm sure Peter Dinklage was roped into it, or did
he was in the first one?
It was the first one. He got kicked off.
He got kicked off, right? Because he was not interested.
I'm sure it's been that long since I've played
it. The game,
because they made him a Nolan North, which is so strange because you hear it and you go, that doesn't sound like Nolan North. I'm like, why Nolan North? See, when he's not trying to do Nathan Drake, he sounds like everybody else. He can have range rather than just sound like generic Nolan North.
Yeah, Vanilla Destiny 2 was pretty good. I enjoyed it. But there's been like this is the thing with like these expansion pack games. You're like, oh, do I go back and do I play from like that story?
That's the struggle that I'm having with it as well, because I finished Destiny 2 in 360. I think it was 360.
No, that's Destiny 1, mate.
Was that PS2? Was it when the Destiny 2 came out in the next gens? It wasn't at PS5 and Xbox.
No, it was at PS4.
Right, PS4.
Okay, it must be 2017.
It must have been PS4 then, like, because no, it must have been PS4 because Kev had his PS4. So I enjoyed that. And then I've not touched it since, and this is me kind of going, do you know what? Let me just see what it's like. First problem I had with it, 100 gig download for the game. I was like, man, that's a lot.
It's like 4 games now, though.
I was like, all right, okay, maybe that'll be great. And then what happened a couple of days ago? The expansion came out for it, 120 gig.
Extra.
I was like, 220 gig a day. I need to take nearly a quarter of my Xbox 1 terabyte drive to play fucking Destiny 2. Are you insane? And then I think, oh wait, Activision did that with Call of Duty. Yeah.
Maybe you can manage it. So like
maybe
you can take certain expansions out after a while. Maybe.
Yeah, like Call of Duty, you can choose. It's just the multiplayer, just the campaign.
I get rid of Warzone in mine.
So playing the game, like you've realised. See, when I've been playing when I've been enjoying playing Destiny 2, I'm like, man, Bungie, you should have stuck around and made Halo. Like, it makes me sad because Destiny plays so well, it looks so good, it's free to play. Where we kind of look at like what's happened with Infinite. I don't think we've not brought up Infinite probably in about 6 months.
Infinite had a big update lately as well, and I've not bothered having a look at it. But like, if you look at what Destiny's gunplay is, it's pretty much perfected Halo. Which is always Halo's best part. Halo's best part was its gunplay and its like sci-fi setting.
Yeah.
So when Bungie wanted away from Microsoft because they wanted to be their own thing, I honestly wonder if they wanted to take Halo in that direction, that Destiny direction, or they were just like, this is another idea outside of Halo.
Yeah.
I really want to know what that thought process was. Also, they get fucked off Activision. Activision really fucked up Destiny 1.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because they made them cancel loads of it, and then they made them release it early, and then
it was buggy.
They were never meant to be. It was never meant to be a Destiny 2.
No,
it was only meant to be Destiny.
Yeah,
which I think annoys them now because they don't want a 2 on the end of it. So, do you know that you can't play some of the Destiny 2 expansions anymore?
Yeah,
they're gone.
They removed it. Yeah.
Do you know the worst part of Destiny for me? There was a part that stopped me continuing to play it.
What was that, mate?
You're bad at it.
No, it was fine. It was the loop of just get a gun with a higher number. So,
Yeah.
like, you were like, oh, I really like this gun. I like the way it feels and the way it shoots. But it's 200. Its light level is like 300 when I need a light level of 500.
Yeah. So you go on a raid
to get a different
something
gun.
Slightly better, and then rinse and repeat. But I mean,
very much like not League of Legends, World of Warcraft. Very much like that. You get the best stuff you can raid with, so you can go to newer stuff to raid more to get better new stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just not
repeat
for me.
Yeah.
Like, I know someone might look back and I like an argument does the same thing, but like, it just kind of felt self-defeating after a while because I was like, I'll get the higher gun, and then I go do the slightly higher level or raid, and then I get the slightly higher gun, and then like it was just constant, and I was like, oh, there's other games, there's other experiences to have.
I think the only way that works is if there is more experiences to have, but see if it's fighting the same boss at a higher difficulty, so you need a higher gun, and then the same boss at a higher difficulty, so you need a better gun. Like, if there's actual progression where you need better guns and better stats to defeat a new boss or a new place and
totally
stuff
could be talking figures.
Fair enough.
No,
you know what I mean, but I know I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that's the only thing that would make it feel worthwhile. But I suppose you do that in any progression of any game. Get better stuff to get to the new bits,
to the new boss.
So, yeah.
So with it being bullet sponges as well, you just don't want to you want to have engagement with the bosses and stuff. And I've still not played it online yet. Destiny 2, I've just kind of been offline jumping about with randos. I've not played it online with friends.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying can you play it offline?
And yeah, I've not played it since the update came through because I've just been working. And I'm going to try maybe play it the weekend, but yeah, it's crazy to have so much fun. The amount of fun that I've been having with games that are just free to play, it's been crazy. I Fortnite and Destiny being two big examples of that. oh, I've not played these games in years. Let me jump back into it. They actually play like proper games now. This is so strange.
Sorry, the start of this was me saying that games basing themselves off of those two games. Like now,
it's so strange. Like, yeah, that's why I was like, oh my god, he's going to hate my next segue.
If you wanted to have that experience, those two games do that almost perfectly. If you want to have that weirdly high customizable like battle royale shooter that's super colourful, Fortnite's there.
Oh no, you play Warframe.
Warframe's like Destiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then if you want to play a Destiny like MMO, Destiny's also there. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a choice, but it's like all AAA games now, even if they're fucking meant to be almost a single player adventure, they're like, oh no, how can we add a battle pass customization and reoccurring payments to this game?
The problem I have with that is that they're too busy focusing on that aspect of it. Like, how can we get more money from it? How can we make a battle pass a store that people can make return currency from and they can keep coming back to, rather than focus on a story and a game that's engaging for people wanting to have more content and wanting to come back for.
Yeah.
Because like we might be jumping ahead with like other bits there with like, see, Nintendo had their Direct and that they had like a Pokemon sort of one that was there, and Scarlet and Violet have got their new DLC coming out and it's not out for 8 months, and it's like, so never mind that you are releasing DLC for a game that, you know, has been out since November. You're delaying it, so everyone's having all these issues with the patches, but you're going to ask them to pre-order it so you can give them some clothes and like stupid wee thing. It's like, you should fix the issues right now that you know you have, and then talk about DLC later on for it, or release DLC properly when you've got a chance to. But by the time you release a game, like, can you imagine we played Halo Infinite? And
I can imagine.
Oh, you can. Well done. But
well,
like, the
updates,
right now, the updates were like 4 times as slow. That, like, you know, we would have dropped off that game immediately.
Dumb. The updates were already slow.
Yeah, they were already slow. But could you imagine even slower than that? No, because you would be like, what the fuck why am I wasting my time with this? People will drop off of Scarlet and Violet so fast. Yeah. Because like, you can give them as many event Pokemons and stuff like that, but people will be like, nah, I'm alright. I'm not waiting 8 months. I'll just go on to the next game. What's coming out next? Oh, there's Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
So there's all these other games that are going to take priority before November comes out as well.
Yeah. And even if you get people that think, I'll just play this for a wee bit and then I'll go back to it, they're going to get swept up in the new game. And that was amazing.
That was what the hell? So for the listeners at home, like, I've got a bottle of Lucasade Sport, and for some reason the lid just exploded up. I didn't even touch that.
It wasn't even touching it. What have you put in that, Dom?
It's not even.
Is it fizzy?
No, that's Lucasade Sport. That's got no.
No, I'm super shocked. What the fuck just happened?
Oh man, I wish we'd video recorded our podcast.
I wonder if you could hear that noise on any of our mics.
Oh, you can definitely
hear that. We all looked it go up and go down.
I thought you maybe kicked the bottom of the table, I thought you can't see your hand out. I thought you might have squeezed it. It went with some force as well.
Yeah. It's a miracle. Anyway,
but yeah, you were saying like when you have that kind of
people are going to lose interest even if they intend to keep interest. You know what I mean?
They dropped that so hard with Animal Crossing. This is why I feel like it's another sort of like, you have this potential of a game that can be this live service that you're claiming it's going to be, but you don't put the effort in, and you go, why is everyone leaving? Fucking shut it down. And it's like, it's not their fault they want to play a game that you're not constantly giving rewards for or decent dailies or anything like that.
If you want to have a live service game, you need to plan way in advance. You can't release a live service game and then be like, you know, a lot of these games, even Call of Duty now, the new season's only like 40 odd days, 50 days or something like that, but the first one was a lot longer. Halo, as we were talking about, Halo Infinite,
3-4 months, the first one.
Halo Infinite was ridiculous, almost to the point where it felt like Halo Infinite is released only this one and they don't even have a clue what else they're going to include.
They're having a lot of issues, man. I think they're actually changing the whole game engine now.
But what I mean is, like, if you're gonna have a live service game and, you know, any kind of battle pass or game pass, whatever, then you need to have that shit like months and months and seasons in advance. Like,
you need to plan it out. So Apex was a good point on that. Apex Legends had that. Yeah, you can say fuck them, because rightly so, because we're not getting the Titanfall free. And that's not
Still
really...
makes me sad, man.
Yeah. But Apex had
time,
7 years from Titanfall 2.
Okay.
Apex did have a good...
7 years!
We'll light a candle here, right?
Apex had a good trajectory where they were like, this is how we're going to go through season to season, and their season's rotations were quite quick turnarounds, because it would be, I think it's 40 days new character, 40 days new character, and so on and so on. But they had all their characters, like with even all their animated intros and stuff like that, all the ideas there, they had them all planned out. And you know, we don't play Apex. I don't play Apex like that much. Again, I downloaded it to play it for a wee bit to see what it's like.
Yeah, I think the last time I played Apex was with you and friend of the podcast, Ross.
Yeah,
like, when was that? Years ago, you know.
Yeah, and we had a good laugh at it.
It was fun,
and it has improved. Again, it's one of those ones that you play free to play game that you're like, do you know what? This still plays great. But you'll see all the other characters, all the other people that have bought their characters, and like go run about and destroying you because you're like, oh, they guys are actually really good compared to the generic free characters that you have.
Yeah.
Where but it's weird because you can't ask them to, well, you can ask a big company like that to have like, they said roadmap is their big one that they use for it, and everyone hates that because you know you're never going to get to that destination. As much as they go, oh, here we go, and it's like, nah, have a idea what you're going to do. It's going to be such like armchair wrestling booking right here.
Yeah.
Where you go,
none of us make games. We don't know how hard it is.
Yeah.
It's probably. I'm saying it's maybe medium hard.
Yeah.
Like it's
medium hard.
Medium rare.
It's not that. It's like not that hard, but it's kind of hard.
It's like you've had 6 Jack and Cokes, and you're only pulling like a 5 out of 10. Medium hard.
Hamish, you're going to make this scale. You need to make this scale, mate. Like, you need to draw this scale out.
You need, what I would say, for like, you need to have at least 2 years worth of development or ideas of where you're going to go, and that's you solid. And then after the 2 years, you can understand where you're sitting and where your play base, what they want and what they don't like, what they need, what they don't want, how you can implement that. 2 years sounds like a long time, but it's not really in a gaming aspect where it's like you're constantly have to update stuff like for it as well. So to have that support, maybe even add like an extra year for just like balances and have that there. So, but you need to make sure that the core foundation of the game is worth playing over and over again.
Yeah.
That's where, again,
you need content.
Yeah,
you need content that's not just
as much as
it needs to be fun as well, because even if you don't want people to get to the end of the battle pass and then be like, I'm not playing it until another, I've got 20 days left. You don't want them to stop playing it. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite was really good. Sorry, continue now.
You also need to think about, like, some people might, because you can look ahead through the battle pass. I don't like this theme. How long do I need to wait until there's something that I'll be interested in? You don't want it to be 80 days? Fuck that. I'll find something else. You want it to be like, 30 days or whatever.
Yeah, it's a sweet spot.
I'll come back. So I'm not, it must be difficult to find the perfect line to walk down, but some companies are just massively wrong.
EA. Anthem, mate. Remember Anthem? Remember I was trying to get used to buy Anthem at a $5. I was like,
I would have enjoyed it.
The Christmas decorations are probably still up.
I did enjoy it.
I mean, I thought the game played like shit at first. Like the problem is that it was BioWare that made it, and they're not an MMO thing. But anyway, I want to just make the point that I don't think we need all these live services. I don't I don't think a game has been improved with a battle pass.
No,
it's a technique and tool used to trigger the not gambling part, but like the
FOMO,
the FOMO part.
You're missing out. Like, I need to log in today, and if I don't log in today and then tomorrow and get a few levels the next day, then I'm not going to reach the end of this, and then I'm going to be behind everyone else. And it's like, you're not behind everyone else. You just don't have these things that you probably won't even put on in the first place anyway, and makes no actual difference to gameplay.
Everyone is a big claim, but like, I think everyone's favourite Halo game is Halo 3, probably.
I'd say that's the popular
general
and everyone's favourite Call of Duty games are like Modern Warfare 2 for the 360. Those games didn't have battle passes, or large amounts of customization, or like seasons. I don't think Halo had seasons until Halo 5,
4, 5,
or Reach. Maybe like I'm misremembering, but like, the reason we kept going back to it though is because you got, like, obviously the map packs came out, And I don't think they were like, it wasn't like set out like every 3 months or every 4 months.
No, it was just kind of when they were
ready.
Yeah.
But when you got them, there was so many of them. There was like I'm going to make a number up here because I can't remember, but like say there was 5.
I thought there was 5 or 6. Yeah, I would say that's about right.
So like when Halo,
I thought you meant make up a number like Jalebinty.
Jalebinty Pine.
I was like,
Jalebinty.
I had no idea what you were going to say though. Like,
you didn't make up 5, mate. We've been using 5 for like years.
Yeah, at least 5 years.
I can't even argue that point. Like I've been logically backed into a corner. But my point is, like, I don't think we should be accepting battle passes. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think we have a choice.
No, but like it's a trend. There's things that happened in this industry, like talking like we're in the industry, right? But like that in this industry that fans and gamers have kind of rallied against, and they've got rid of it. Online season passes, in the sense that if you buy a game second hand, remember that shit?
Oh yeah.
That still isn't some of the games I've got for the Vita, and I'm like, nah, fuck you guys, I'm gonna hack this. The on this DLC, which Capcom, man, things like the Battlefront 2 that was quickly redone. Shadows of Mordor, Shadow War, even.
Shadow War, yeah.
Like if there's enough
backlash, yeah, then
I have a feeling that Suicide Squad's going to get done.
ugly
Sonic could change.
Yeah.
I think there was enough backlash, but a lot of people are just like, I'm going to sound old again, but the newer generation, younger people are now used to this. It's not their fault. They were brought up with it, so they're used to this idea of this is how games are sold.
But see, like, and where I work, we've got like a games corner where you get like to play the Xbox or PlayStation, and sometimes if people are coming in to buy phones, they'll bring in their kids and that, and we'll go, there's the Xbox and stuff. Kids will be like they know really that they shouldn't be buying V-Bucks or anything like that, because they know, like, you know, I think if you're teaching kids like this isn't really worth keeping,
yeah,
you know, a lot of them at times, like I played Fortnite and I know exactly what, like, you know, the mentality, and it's preying on a lot of younger generations that, like, you know, your fear of missing out of, like, if I don't get this costume then everyone's going to laugh at me, which is so bizarre, because it doesn't change the fact that you're shooting the same way and you're destroying the same way for it as well. But with Fortnite, I feel like they don't get away with it. The content that they add, like, they change like every like 30 days. They'll add in something. They had Anime Month where
that's a machine. That game that just consistently adds content,
like
to
they
the point where
had
there's too much.
Yeah, there's like, you have the Goku's Kamehameha, you've got Deku's like punch and stuff, you've got cross bites, motorbikes and stuff, like different abilities where you get. So that's like in the space of time that I've said when I was like, guys, I've just downloaded Fortnite, to like right now, the game's changed so much.
Yeah.
And that's like, and that was at no additional cost, no season pass, no battle pass that way. But if you wanted to, you can go and buy it and you can have that. But it's more if you want to check. I think it's more for people that want to have the progression checked. They're like, oh, this is how much I got this, so I could get this character or this special guest. Doesn't really change the foundation of the game.
I mean, there's a lot to it. Like, some people feel like they need some kind of progression to feel like it's worthwhile doing.
True.
You know, if they just go on and then even if they win 5 straight matches, so like, oh well, what have I got to show for it? Nothing. Like, you know.
I know. I'm just thinking that you still have nothing to show for it.
You still have nothing to show for it, but they feel like they have tangible evidence to show, like, you know, I am higher than you, I've won more games than you, I've got further than the battle pass.
Yeah, check me with my gold gun or gold costume. Or
but to go back to your original point, sorry Hugh, when you were saying like we let them get away with it, I think that part of the problem is some games, maybe even Fortnite, they do it so well that it needs to be accepted in some games. So, you know, if it was hated by absolutely everyone, then there would be more of an uproar and they would stop it. But the companies that shouldn't do it, who do it, like Suicide Squad looks like it's going to be, they are looking at, oh well, Fortnite does it, everyone loves that, so we can get away with it.
Fortnite's free though.
Yeah,
that's my big thing.
But you know, there's not. It's divided who likes season passes and who doesn't. And
I don't think anybody comes out and says I like season passes. I honestly think season passes is something we put up with. I don't think it's a mechanic that people are like.
What more I mean is there's not enough people against it.
No. Like, I think the time of people remembering a time before season passes and online paid things is gone now.
Yeah,
I think.
Can you remember the days, guys, when we used to put an Xbox game or a PlayStation game into a console and it just worked, rather than here's a patch DLC, here's a download the game that's not on the disc.
I think that was going to happen when games got more complex anyway.
Well, again, more like PCs, when you're basically buying consoles that are basically shorter PCs,
they're just PCs with less steps.
Yeah, to be fair, the alternative to that is never make better games they can fit on a Blu-ray or whatever.
I don't mind if a day one patch and stuff like that, if they release a version of the game with it, or like a physical version of the game with everything on it, like a Game of the Year edition type thing, because then you've got the opportunity to buy that and keep it forever, because we all know that this, like, digital games are not, you don't buy it, you're renting the license, or you're buying the license and you don't even own the license, you're renting the license type thing. But
is that not technically the same of a physical copy?
Not really, because you own the license then, because the license is the game.
I don't think you do.
No, you do. You own the license.
I don't think you do though.
No, because it's different, because there's a different terms and conditions for buying on an online store than there is buying in a shop.
Even now?
Yeah. Well, even now, see, here's the complication now, because they're releasing games
with patches and
and that. So say when you bought Halo 3, like, we'll go back to that fucking gem.
I remember Halo 3.
I don't even know.
They made 3 of them?
Like, I don't even know if that had a patch. It probably did. If I played that now off the disc, I bet you I could still get 99% happiness out of it. But if they take Halo 3, god damn it, off the store and stuff like that, like, it's impossible to replay that if you've just bought it digitally.
Yeah.
Like, if you're an Xbox 360, red rings.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. Anyway, we've talked about
it. It was better when we were younger, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We know this is an old man angry podcast, right? We get it. Anything else you've done, Dom? Because we're taking a long time here.
Oh, so apart from that, man.
Fuck all, man. You would have said it by now. Anyway, Fortnite gets away with it because it's free, and it's got a track record of actually continuing.
Yeah.
That was nothing I wanted to say, because
before Hamish starts about his week, is that why? His
week will be like
2 weeks, mate. 2 weeks. And you were there,
mate.
You were there for, like, we had that night out for my friend Sinead's birthday, obviously. Yeah, we had that, and then, that was just a night out. That's not the story, but stayed over at hers. We watched Aladdin the next day, like the live action Aladdin. She had very much the same thoughts on it as we did. Nowhere near as good as the original.
Was that back in 2020?
I remember when we talked about that. Like,
it was kind of shitty.
Yeah, was that pre-COVID?
I think it must have been.
I think it was.
God, we've got to define a Iceland.
Wow, I remember that was pre
the heady days of pre-COVID. You know what I mean?
We watched Cruella. Much happier with that.
That was a good movie.
Good film, good soundtrack.
I haven't seen it.
You've still not seen it?
No.
Oh,
I wasn't interested.
Honestly, how we watched, like, me and Andrew watched it probably over a year ago now, but it's great.
Disney are just like firing at stuff. I can't keep up with it, and I don't want to keep up with it, to be honest. Like,
old man.
There's so much media.
Yeah. It Takes Two. Have you tried It Takes Two?
Yes.
No.
Yes, have you not played that?
No, I was going to play with one of yous. Who else was I going to play?
No, hold on. That's not what you said. You said, like, I was going to play it with Ross, but I might play it with you, Hugh, Hamish.
You remember such weird things. Were you annoyed at that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we played the other one,
didn't we? Why the fuck would you play it with him instead of me?
We played A Way Out, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hamish fucking killed my guy.
Well, I won at the end, so
that's it. I mean, he's making him the victor.
I think I pressed the wrong button or something at one point. And
no.
There was a wee bit of help taking off me, and he fuck him. Fuck you, Hamish.
I just beat him because I'm the better gamer. That's literally what it was.
Better gamer. Anyway,
that's the name of the podcast.
I played a bit of It Takes Two. Because again, I think it's on Game Pass now as well. So if you do want to play it with somebody,
I'll text Ross.
Somebody play. I mean, you played it.
You fucking what?
That was funny. Come on, that was good.
Why don't you play it with your Sinead?
I should. She's fell out of the gaming sphere. She was talking about playing Angie at Crash Team Racing though. I could. She's just not interested, mate. She's not interested in sitting playing a game, and it's one of them games that like she's got mechanics. She's probably kind of trying to figure it. It's probably best playing one of you.
Yeah. I mean, I would when I was playing it, I was definitely thinking, this would make a good wee stream or something like that. It's quite fun. It looks nice. It's simple enough, but there's also wee competitive bits and stuff like that. It's a good laugh. It's just funny. Like I'm obviously like pro gamer. You're
the better gamer, obviously.
I'm obviously the better gamer. Like I mean, compared to my friend Sinead, yeah, she does play games and stuff like that. But she was like now and again apologising, like I'm sorry, I'm taking ages. But I was up the next day. I was drinking, so I wasn't caring. I was like, you take your time. Like I've got a drink here, so it's all good. But it was really enjoyable. It was light-hearted, kind of
adventure.
Even the dialogue is quite funny and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's.
I want to play it. I've heard it's really good, and I heard it's a really good co-op game. Like it's built around that kind of.
I think it needs. Does it not need to be played co-op?
It needs to be played co-op.
Yeah, I think even if you go online,
you have to get someone to
search someone. Yeah.
God damn it! I have to make friends. Fun with that shit.
Also played. You guys know Vampire Masquerade?
Yeah.
So there's like wee visual novel games.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them, Coteries of New York, played through that. Visual novel, that's like books in a game, Hugh.
Oh no, I've never played any of those, Hamish.
Don't know done that with the Phoenix
Japanese don't love that shit.
No.
Banging romper, mate.
It's good though. There's actually like loads to it. Like loads of different endings and loads of things that you can fuck up, loads of quest lines and stuff like that.
I bet you fucked up loads of it.
No, I didn't, because I looked up a guide.
Because he's the better gamer.
See, he's got it.
No, well, I mean, I started playing it, and then I was like, I'm curious about these achievements, and then I got a guide, because you need to play through it a few times, different endings, there's 3 different characters you can choose from, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. Most important part thing about it is there's basically you get 4 choices of allies. You can have like kind of 2 at a time, like come and help you at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And they're different, like vampire breeds.
Is there different breeds?
Kind of different powers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one that you go to, and she's in like an internet cafe, and you go in the back, and she's in like a chat room and stuff like that. And she's like blonde, covered in tattoos. And then it turns out all the people in chat room are all her different personalities. I pretty much fell in love. So
crazy hot.
Yeah, I was like, this is my type, absolutely. There's a wee expansion off of it which I'm playing through just now. It's a bit more limited, but same kind of idea, choices and stuff like that. But you only get like 1 character to choose from and that kind of thing. But
I love how you'll play this visual novel game. I'll suggest a visual novel game, but it's made in Japan or set in Japan. You'll be like, weeb shit, weeb. You should play Danganronpa.
I do like that.
I have looked at that a few times, and then I've been like, nah.
You don't play things to spite me sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes
you don't like do anything just to annoy me. Sometimes, like you don't answer my questions. You don't fucking do anything. Right?
What questions do you ask?
Lots, mate.
Well, that's maybe why, right? I can't keep up with them.
Yeah. So let's think. Right. Well, I'm hosting. I'm hosting internally, right?
Let's think. Go on, brain.
Well, we go. Oh, here's what we'll do. We've got a new wee Scottish word of the week.
Ooh.
Section, which was very kindly suggested by Hugh's fiance, not girlfriend, fiance.
Yeah, fiance. Yeah.
Sinead.
Mostly because we use words sometimes, and I don't. Knowing how international we are now, right? Especially in Portugal.
I heard that Frolider listens to us, and he's like
Frolider.
Fucking hell, can you say
Frolider.
No, don't cut that bit out.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk, and I'm feeling like a wee bit drunk. How many? At least I'm not saying Frolider.
How many cons you had?
Is there a gas leak?
I've sparked my 5th can.
Fifth can of Stella Artois.
Low Rider.
So sponsorship. So, as Frolider would say, Glake it. is our Scottish word of the week.
Glaikit.
Glaikit.
Now, do either of you know Glaikit?
No.
It's kind of like a stupid look in it.
Aye, just looking stupid, basically. Aye.
Oh.
You've never heard Glaikit before?
Glaikit?
Dom?
No. I usually get called ugly,
You've
stupid,
got it on your face
looking.
right now.
That's not true. Stop pointing at me.
It's a Glaikit sensor.
It's when you two talk about weeb shit and I'm just kind of like, what? Or
it's
when,
kind of like a face.
So Glaikit, just Glaikit.
Where's the Scottish dictionary, Hamish?
Well, an adjective used to describe a stupid, foolish and thoughtless person or action. So,
okay,
like I say, like he's standing there pure Glaikit.
Pure Glaikit.
Apparently it comes from the Scots word glaiks, which means like tricks or pranks.
Even I'm learning. Like, there you go. That stuff.
I thought, like, can't just say the word, had to
got to use that definition.
Like
Can you use it in a sentence?
Shut up, you Glaikit bastard.
Yeah, there you go.
Dom's like,
I'm getting roughing out.
Right, Hamish, what's the next bit of the podcast? Old Hostmasters General
Master.
I feel like we're going to have to go to, since we're, very graciously given a beautiful segment from your fiancée Sinead, we're going to go to the question that she asked, and that was, what films are we looking forward to this year? This year being 2023, I'm going to date us.
Right. This year's actually going to be quite good for films.
There is some quite good ones. Like, have you got a number one, or are you just gonna throw shit at the wall?
Number one for me, Spider-Verse sequel.
That is a big one.
So
is that this year?
Yep, that's this year. Across the Spider-Verse. So it's part one. I think they are doing part 1 and 2 because again they've not mentioned this one that's coming out as part 1, but I'm sure that they said it was Across the Spider-Verse part 1 and part 2, 2024. I was looking forward to Shazam, but obviously with everything that's been going on with DC, I'm a bit hesitant in going and seeing it because I don't know if it's going to be part of the Gunniverse. I hope it would be because I really did like Shazam when it first came out.
I don't think it is it?
I think it totally depends on
how it does,
how this film does. So if this film comes out and it's shit and it doesn't make any money, I think they're just going to go quietly go.
But did he not come out on Instagram and say these are all the?
I don't think he mentioned the Flash.
Yeah,
is part of
that's going to be part of it. But I don't think he mentioned Shazam. I think that's.
I think that again, maybe Hugh's right. It's going to be a case of like we'll see how it does.
Because I don't think he's a big fan of the first one was good, but it was good because it didn't feel like a DC film.
That's why I liked it. Didn't feel like a DC film.
To be fair, I'm not really looking forward to Shazam. I'll go see it and stuff like that, but I'm not like attached to that character.
No, that's because he's too busy looking forward to seeing Barbie.
Mate,
yeah, Margot Robbie. Yeah,
Barbie's up there. That's on my list.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm looking going like that. Margot Robbie is like, what's going on?
Well, that's it. That's Margot Robbie. That's why. That's right there.
John Wick Chapter 4's out this month as well, just after Shazam. I'm looking forward to that. Like this universe keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. Like I know it's going to be just silly action. And the way that the films have been going, it's going to be more suspending your disbelief.
Yeah. Speaking about suspending your disbelief, what about Fast 10?
I cannot suspend that.
Could you see it? So when I watched the trailer, like all the wee homages coming up, like all the homages, like the bad guy in this movie is Jason Momoa. It's him in it, and it's like he's like, I was there the whole time, and it cuts to all the older footage, and it's him standing CG'd in. I'm like, are they fucking serious? Are they cringy. Going down this road?
That's like the kind of shit that people do as a parody.
Yeah,
they're trying to get people to take this shit seriously,
like an MTV movie awards parody. They would. I'm like, this is going to be shit, isn't it? I can't wait. But
it's bizarre, isn't it? The guy that was in detail was like, Superman video. I was in the back. I don't know why that jumped into my head.
That's exactly what it is.
8 Mile video and it's just him looking around.
Lose Yourself video. I was in the back.
It's Guardians 3, the last of the guns.
Guardians 3 also on my list.
I can't believe we missed the 2 actual gaming films.
Oh, Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers and Dungeons and Dragons.
Maybe we're not looking forward to them.
Do you know what? I'm looking forward to Mario because I've seen the Super Bowl trailer and it made me so happy to see it.
Yes.
Which was just because they parodied the old cartoon, like back in the 90s, where they had like a wee rap song and stuff, and it's them doing just an advert for the plumbing service. And it was great. Yeah,
the early Mario stuff's amazing, but like I saw the trailer that actually had Charlie Day talking in it as well, and like it's a bit distracting, right? Because I can hear Charlie, I can hear Jack Black, I can hear whatever Chris Pratt's
Crispy Rat.
I would have rather they had Charles Martinet do the voice. I'd rather they had the voice actor do the voice.
Yeah,
I know it's the Illumination thing where they bring in this stellar all-star acting cast, but like there's guys that do voice acting.
I was just about to say, does that not annoy you where they only bring in big names to do voice acting because they're big names, not because they're good voice actors? Like, and it's a bit shit as well. It's like when actors do their own stunts. It's like, well, the stuntman whose job is literally to do that, and you're depriving them of a job just because.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
You've got like you feel like you need to be a tough guy and be like, oh, I do all my own stunts.
The only reason I'm looking forward to this film is
because Seth Rogen DK
Peach.
See that trailer where like if Mario tries to fight Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong pins him down and beats him up, and I was like, that's what would happen.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's the other bit with him, like when he's Cat Mario, and then they all just laugh, and he's like, "Now you die." I was like, "Damn, Donkey Kong."
It looked fun, that bit. I totally imagine this being really shitty though.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like, this has been how many years in the making? I think it's been 8 years they've been trying to make this. Nintendo are very, very like they're keeping their eyes on this. I don't know if it's more that whoever they're getting over and to do the dub in Japan, like they need to make sure this script is great because they've opened up the Mario world in the American now.
It's so weird.
So if this movie doesn't do well, they're going to be like, "Oh shit, we shouldn't have done that." I think this movie will be passable at least.
I don't know. I think it'll be
Despicable Me level.
It'll be fine at the box office.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think anyone's going to be expecting it to be good. So I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. Because
it's not the Zelda film gets cast and it's like,
excuse me, princess.
It's like Timothée Chalamet is Link. I was like, is that just because he's like the new young actor,
or as Zelda?
There we go. That's
imitation game, was it?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
So Dungeons and Dragons is out. So you seen the trailer for that?
That actually looks.
That looks fun.
Yeah, I saw the trailer when I went to see Ant-Man, and I was surprised.
Chris Pine is actually quite a funny actor. I'm hoping it's not super cheesy, because it had that kind of cheese to it.
Yeah, it could have been.
Dungeons and Dragons is cheesy.
Have you seen the clip where it's they reanimate a corpse and they can ask him 5 questions or whatever? Yeah, that is the one bit that gave me hope. I was like, you know what, that's actually funny. Silly funny, but not too silly where I'm like rolling the eyes in my back of my head.
Yeah, that's true.
Guardians 3 is out this year as well. And this is the end of the Guardians. Which,
just like I said, yeah.
Someone's dying.
Sorry, did you say that already? Sorry.
The bet's on who's dying. And,
Batista, I think he's going Drax. So I was busy Gax.
Rocket, maybe. Rocket might go.
I think Batista as Drax, he doesn't want to come back as Drax, so that would be a good sacrificial moment. I think a lot of it's gonna be about Rocket and what happened to him beforehand.
Yep.
So maybe
he sacrifices himself.
Something
There's
like
a part of the trailer where like Chris Pratt is like screaming like someone's died.
He gets carried out.
He gets carried out as well.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah. So but I think that's a red herring. It looks like he's dying or whatever.
I think him in this version of Gamora is going to go off and live a happy ever after. Maybe
they don't look happy. Well, like
that's a trailer, Hamish.
I know, but they need to fall all back in love again. Like he likes.
Hamish doesn't want to put in the work. That's the problem.
I don't know what's going to happen with Groot.
He is Groot.
I mean, he is Groot.
He'll become like an ambassador or something like that for.
And the other ones that no one cares about.
Nebula?
No, everyone cares about Nebula.
Oh my god,
that part of this
Mantis.
Aye.
The one other person, who cares about Mantis?
She's so ugly. That bit of the trailer where Chris Pratt and Nebula, and they're like, "Oh, you don't love me, you love somebody else," and then maybe you love her. And he kind of, no,
sounds more like her. And he's just kind of staring at her. It's like, stumbling at me like that. It's like, I never noticed how black your eyes are. My father replaced these as as punishment. He's like, he chose a really beautiful set. Something like that.
I've got a list of films. I actually made this list a wee while ago. Spider-Verse, The Flash, Mad Max, a new Mad Max, new Indiana Jones.
Can we talk about The Flash quickly?
You're just reading out films that are coming out this year.
No, this is the ones I've wrote down that I want to see this year.
Have you seen the trailer for The Flash?
No,
it went by too quickly.
I've seen all the best bits of the trailer on Twitter.
Right, okay, so
it's not Ezra Miller, is it?
Yeah,
it's Ezra Miller. Yep. Yeah, he's still there.
They paid too much money for this film. Remember they made a Batgirl film and then just didn't release it.
Yeah,
I heard they were bringing back Grant Gustin from the TV show.
Really?
That's what I heard, but obviously not in this film if it's going to be Ezra Miller.
Mid-trash TV show.
Batfleck is in this and dressed up as the old school Batman. It looks like with the blue cape and it's so funny because they go down George Square as well into the left hand side. Like everyone's raging. It's like, I can't believe they took away the Greg sign. That's like a staple of Glasgow. And they're zooming in on it, going, it's gone. Michael Keaton back as Batman as well.
God, we can't let the past die.
We just can't. And I'm just like, the story of it looks great as well. Zod is returned.
Oh, really?
I'm like, wait, what the fuck's going on?
Michael Shannon's in this film.
And Supergirl as well. If they look first,
it's
look at her.
Different Supergirl in it. It's not. It's not like Power Girl. Yeah. It's she's got dark hair. Different suit.
It's not like Melissa Benoist.
I think we talked about this before.
Yeah,
there was a bit of controversy about how everyone like
she looks different.
She's like woke Supergirl, and I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of good movies coming out this year. There is a lot.
While we're on the DC thing, Robert Pattinson's going to be in Penguin.
Robert Pattinson.
Is he actually?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh.
They call him Farrell film.
It's
TV
a
series.
Is it a TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
He deserves good things.
He was great. He was great in the Batman. He
I
played
just feel
really
like,
good
that's a lot of prosthetics and makeup to go through for a TV show, you know what I mean? But
again, like with DC stuff, like with their TV shows, I mean, like you guys were on board for like Peacemaker like right away, and it took me a while to
fucking awesome show.
Yeah, and like it took me a while going, do you know what, this could be good? And again, I kind of was happy when James Gunn was like, yeah, I'm going to take control of this. I'm like, please give us more like Peacemaker stuff, because you fucking knocked out the park for that.
Yeah.
The two films that aren't comic book films for me this year that I want to see are Oppenheimer, the new Nolan film, and not a comic book, it's a book, Dune Part 2.
Oh, right. Dune! Oh, it's doing it! Oh my god, gotta watch that.
I'll tell you what, there's one comic book one you've not mentioned and one non-comic book one that I thought you would mention.
Aquaman.
Craven.
Craven's not on my list, that's why.
Big, well, I know, that's why I'm telling you. And Creed 3. Jonathan Majors.
Do you know what? I had that. That's because it was before those. I think that's this week, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Soon.
Yeah. I watched the trailer for that, and the only thing that bothers me about this film is they cut Rocky. They cut Sylvester Stallone out. You know, that's show business and stuff. But like,
why'd they cut Rocky out?
They cut him out. They cut
Creed now, not Rocky.
But they completely cut Stallone out of the whole business.
Yeah, but
which kind of shitty, because the only reason this exists is because of him.
That's true.
At least like have him around.
They go, yo.
But I'm looking forward to it because, as we're going to talk about with Ant-Man, Jonathan Majors was fucking excellent.
Exceptional actor, absolutely.
Michael B. Jordan's great.
Michael B. Jordan. We're talking
another
about
phenomenal
two
actor.
of the greatest villains in Marvel.
Man, yeah, he's great.
Great as Killmonger. Yeah.
Killmonger, he's fucking great as Killmonger.
Looking forward to it, because I like the Creed films. They've got that different vibe, different energy.
I've watched
really good.
Every boxing movie, like Rocky onwards, I've seen in the cinema. Rocky Balboa onwards, I've seen in the cinema.
Yeah,
and I really want to see this one, because again, I can remember like sitting there watching Balboa, going, can't believe I'm sitting in the cinema watching a Rocky movie. I never thought it ever happened. And then he came back for Creed 1 and 2. So it's a bit of a shame that
the film's still 20 years old though.
I know. It's wild, isn't it?
It's quite tough seeing the, later on Rocky films in the cinema, because you can't turn the fucking subtitles on when Sylvester Stallone's talking.
His voice just gets deeper now. Like, hey, yo.
Adrian.
Oh wait, I was fucking Razor Ramon now.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
So I think it's time to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp here.
What? No, I'm kidding.
Sorry for the spoilers, anyone listening. We're going to talk Ant-Man and the Wasp.
All spoilers.
Sorry,
Dom.
Dom.
Do you give a fuck, Dom?
I don't give a fuck.
Spoiler city, bitches. Ant-Man dies. No,
I got I seen a picture of MODOK and I was like, fuck this. who the fuck thought of this? No, if you're going to have someone like this in it, keep a mask on him. And I seen what the mask looked like. I went, oh, okay, that looks alright. And I was like, do you know what? Nah, I'm done.
Do you know what it reminded me of straight away? The Games Master.
Games Master.
Games Master.
That's what I thought it was.
Do you remember? Was it Patrick Stewart?
Dominic Diamond. It was. He's a astrologist. Has the monocle on. He was a British.
Not Patrick Stewart. Fucking hell.
What was his name? Basically,
no wonder I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
So
it was throwing the wrong names at me.
Sorry, like he used to do like all the stars and stuff like that.
What is this, a movie?
No, he was a broadcaster. He used to do like science shows and stuff.
Why did it remind you of him?
Because like Games Master was a TV show based on video games back in like the 90s, and he was like, his head was like super blown up.
Oh, the one where like people put on a headset and like, or
no, his face was just blown up into like a giant screen.
Oh, right, okay.
He was
what was his name?
I am
Sir some. He did get knighted before he passed.
It's so dumb because, like I said, Patrick Stewart. I think I know. I said Patrick Stewart, but it's definitely Patrick Moore.
Patrick Moore.
Yeah, that's not too far away.
Because he did that Sky at Night TV show on BBC for like fucking years. It was the reason I kind of get into like astrophysics.
Yeah. See, again, that's like he was great. He had such a good like delivery and stuff like that as well. He always wore a monocle, so that's how you always remember.
He knew nothing about games though.
He would always tell you do like stupid jokes and stuff like that.
MODOK, the effect for MODOK was pretty shit.
The effect? How do you mean?
His face. I couldn't tell it was Corey Stoll.
Could you not? It looks exactly fucking like him.
Of course it nothing like him.
Of course it does.
Honestly, it did not. I didn't think it looked anything like him. Also, I think
so. MODOK is like he's a different character in the comics, but they've done the MCU thing where they combine them, and I don't know if you remember.
Is that Yellow Jacket?
Yeah.
That was. As soon as I'm like, wait, what? That was him.
So basically, like Ant-Man throws the wee pin disc things at him, and he crushes.
Yeah, he crushes in the first movie.
Yeah, so that's how they've kind of brought him back. But no, it's a different character in the comics, but that doesn't matter. But
yeah,
so that was weird in the first place. But how could you not tell it? It's the same fucking face.
I couldn't tell it was his face. I think the new actress they got to play his daughter, I think she was pretty
Cassie,
bad.
Yeah,
I think she's a bad actress in
Catherine
general.
Winnick.
Yeah, she's always got the same expression, and she had the worst line in the film that to MODOK. Oh, just don't be a dick. And I'm like, that's trash.
Don't be a dick.
She's a kid.
She's not. She's like 23 in this film.
Yeah, that's a kid, mate. I'm old.
Right.
Listen, kid.
Because I have to keep thinking like, right, so everything in the MCU is now 5 years ahead because of Endgame.
Yeah.
But Paul Rudd's still, lovable and adorable, and Evangeline Lilly wasn't in it that much. She didn't get to actually say many things. She was in it as like a side character. Mm-hmm. She did a few cool things, but like there was no like interactions with anyone. No, like the big problem for me with this film, there was no real characters.
Yeah. See, I like the fact that first Ant-Man was Ant-Man, then there was Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and I'm like, oh, that's good that they're including the Wasp, Evangeline Lilly's character.
Yeah.
It should be them. But, like you say, she wasn't really in it. Fair enough, she kind of saved the day at the end. Yeah. Or ruined the day at the end, depending on,
Well, how you look at it.
Well,
you'll see when you see
we'll
it.
We'll find out in the future, But, yeah, she didn't get enough screen time or
any kind of speaking. I don't think she kind of spoke to Paul Rudd, 3 times in the entire film.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing.
The one guy that got more time was Michael Douglas as Hank Pym. He's just fantastic.
He's a good actor, a very good actor.
And I think he doesn't get fucked in this. He just loves playing this guy
like
that likes ants. He's like, I love ants. And then Michelle Pfeiffer's in it, and her character's dumb.
Wait, how's she dumb?
It's not so much that she's dumb, but basically like there's you find out a lot of bad shit's happened. And then it's only when they're in the shit, it's like, oh, by the way, loads of bad shit happened. I should have told you.
She could have sorted this out at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
But because she was like, no, I'll tell you and later sort of thing, and you're like, fucking just tell us now.
It's a very common trope for like movies and TV shows and stuff like that. It's like, see if there was just clear communication.
Yes.
there would not even be a film. Like,
they'll be like, there you go, Ant-Man credits.
Do you care about spoilers?
No. Well,
Right.
we already said about spoilers.
So they create like a thing that can map the quantum verse that his daughter does. No idea how she does that. No, like scientists can't figure that shit out. Some girl.
comic science, mate.
So
the quantum verse where Michelle Pfeiffer was in, and they rescued her from
the second movie when they think
so you knew she was already there and stuff like that. They find out a way to map it, and
Kang
then she's
finds them,
like, oh no, wait, no, don't do that. But then it kind of fucks up, and they'll get sucked into it. And then not even then, they wait until they get like found by locals. Oh, by the way, I know people here.
I've just thought of something.
Go on.
How did all how the whole thing about going to the quantum verse was you needed the suit to shrink because you had
protect
to.
You. Yeah,
it would protect you. Like most of them went through without a suit, like Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer, and
it's because they're not technically in the quantum verse, which is how they also explain how it looks different. They're in something else,
a mini universe.
See, that wasn't explained very well.
No, that's why they can breathe oxygen and stuff.
Because I kept thinking, right, okay, we're in a super shrunk down world, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
No, but like then I was like, why is there different races or species? The races, species of people. Like it was just not very like well thought out.
Much like that sentence.
Yeah, I was trying to say it in a much more articulate way than I could.
I understand.
They get trapped in the quantum verse, and they find out that Michelle Pfeiffer's character met Kang.
I think they're in what they call it is subatomica, so it's like a different kind of bit, and that's
so they met.
Weird.
It's comic book movie logic of like, oh, we didn't think of this ahead of time.
So is this a Kang, or the Kang?
Well, have you seen Loki?
Yes.
You've not seen? Have you still not seen Loki?
I know what happens though.
Right. Okay.
So there's basically it's all about multiverses and different
timelines and
stuff. This is Kang, where he basically says like he's the one that kind of realizes I'm the only one that can stop all the other Kangs.
Okay. So he Alpha Kang.
Oh, he big boy Kang.
Big dick Kang.
Kang. Big kick wang dang.
That's like this guy. Like Jonathan Majors is brilliant because like Kang is this guy who is just supremely confident and intelligent, and like he got big dick energy in this man. He is just like, I'm the boss. Yeah. Like there's no chance you can beat me.
He's from a place in like all the technology that he has is like thousands and thousands of years ahead. So he's he can wipe the floor with anyone basically. But the main qualm that I have with this film is they beat him.
It was the ants that beat. Okay. So
the ants?
When they get shrunk down and sucked into the world, Michael Douglas's or Hank Pym's super ant colony that he was developing gets sucked in with him, but because of the weird time dilation thing, they build like a society and like a whole thing.
They're in a different timeline.
Yeah.
So when they're all down there, the ants have already been there for a long time, and they've built a society like they're hyper intelligent because they had the Pym technology and they built on that and stuff like that. So they're very clever ants.
I'll essentially summarise the rest of the story, right? So Kang goes to Scott, Paul Rudd's character, and goes, I need you to go to the centre of my drive.
Basically the power core for his space machine.
Because Michelle Pfeiffer's character, when she touched something and figured out what Kang was, like it showed her all the visions of him like destroying universes. She fucking
jump bounce.
She went crazy, and
he was like, "Oh, you're a monster. You kill loads of people."
Like, try to destroy his core by putting loads of like Pym discs in it, and it like went super massive.
Yeah, it went huge, so it kind of broke up. So
he had to go at the center of it and shrink it back down. And Kang used his daughter as like leverage.
All right, okay.
So when Kang just was like, "Yeah, I'm not following that deal. Give me my stuff, and I'll just kill you," sort of thing. There's like natives of this land, indigenous of this land. I'll get to the political part soon, right? And there's a part, and he just remembers they can go giant at some point, doesn't he?
Ant-Man.
And he goes to.
Well, to be fair, in the previous ones, when he does that, he gets lightheaded. So I think that's why he avoids doing it. So that's why, and when you see Cassie,
he's like, give me some orange slices.
You see his daughter going big, and then she ends up kind of fainting and stuff like that. So
I
don't think it's like, shit, I just remembered how I can do that. But I think he avoids doing it.
Yeah, it's because of the chloral intake it takes to actually move energy, kinetic energy.
So he comes to Kang's city as a giant man and like starts shouting. That's like kind of cool part of the film. But and then like that's all happening. His daughter fights MODOK. Kang's like trying to use his core to get to out of this quantum verse to go to like Earth and different timelines. To stop that, there's like a spinning disc thing, right, that Kang's using. Ant-Man's trying to stop it. He stops it like by kicking it. Essentially kicks it.
The way you said that, it was just like, that's so silly.
So
you read that in the script,
but this thing, like Kang knows everything, and he has everything, and he's stopped by a big guy kicking it.
By a really, really big guy kicking it really hard.
Yeah, essentially. That's
it's not so much that he knows everything. He knows that there's other timelines of him and stuff like that.
So if this one doesn't win, then obviously he will eventually win with the numbers game.
It's like do you know what the problem? Like the film is political in a way that, right, the many can beat the one powerful. So if you are one ant, you're the small guy. That's the whole point of the fuck. I mean, we've talked around this for ages, but the start of the film starts with him talking about his book. Ant-Man's wrote a book, and then but his daughter's like a political activist, and she's out trying to help people, and she gets jailed. She goes to jail, and he gets her out of jail. And she's saying to him like, "Oh, at least I'm out there trying to help people, and you're not doing it, and you get these powers," sort of thing. And he's like, "Oh, I saved the world," and she's like, "Oh, you fucking tell me that all the time," type thing.
Yeah.
And the kind of gist of this film is like, you know, you're small and you don't have a lot of power on your own, but together we can defeat like this thing it seems impossible to defeat. Which, you know, in this world that we're living in, you know, a message needs to go out, and I think Scott or Ant-Man represents people who can change it, but things are all right for them, so they want help, or they want to change it, but things have got better for them, sort of thing. Like people who are like now disillusioned with like change or revolution or whatever, and then they need someone else to like kind of prove to them that no, you still need to or you still can.
Yeah, because again with Scott's character, obviously he went from, you know, a thief to like against America, and that as well with Captain America, to being like a hero of the Avengers. So maybe like to have that case of like, no, I've worked this hard, and like you're going down that path of like trouble that I went down for, and I says, and it's not really worth it. But you know, she's right in the case of like, you've got this power that you could help, you should be helping,
and
you know.
It fucking hammers home at the end, right? Because Kang is this. He's got all the resources, he's got all the power, he's got all the knowledge. He is Jeff Bezos, you know what I mean? He's, you know, that's sort of what they're saying. Like
that's rich coming from fucking Disney / Marvel.
Yeah, no, it's that kind of like let the films do your activism for you, so you feel good. Come out, I agree with that, but you do nothing about it. Sort of deal. So the ants. It's not Ant-Man that beats Kang. It's the ants. That's why I said it's a very Bugs Life message. Like, I love it. Disney has several communist films, like, or like socialist or people getting together films to defeat the thing that seems impossible to defeat if you just get together and do it together. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're an ant is like the weakest thing.
They're strong as fuck, mate.
And like its size compared to us. Yeah. Like one ant, fucking. You could fuck an ant up, Hamish. Even you could.
Yeah, but not if it was my size.
No, but I imagine there was hundreds of ants. They'd eat you.
There is hundreds of ants, mate.
I know.
I think it's maybe thousands of ants.
Imagine a whole ant colony just crawled on you.
Yeah, just biting at your nipples. Terrible.
They can't all get my nipples, mate. They're not that big.
Several of them can. Oh no, several thousand ants are on my nips.
It was kind of a hammy attempt at that kind of.
Yes.
Sorry, I was trying to explain the whole like the kind of concept of the film.
I get that right, but see, like putting the politics aside, see what annoys me is they beat Kang. Kang's meant to be ushered in as this new
unstoppable
the
force.
Next Thanos, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was thinking that when you said they got
the
beat.
Big guy, right? And obviously there's different variations of them, different variants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you see in the post-credit scene the more powerful versions of them and stuff like that. The reason I was saying earlier on was like, oh, maybe he's fucked it, is because basically Kang is saying like, I'm the one that can stop them.
Yeah.
But then they
Stop him.
maybe fuck him up. Like, you don't really see him die in, comic book lore. If you don't
get sucked into something.
If you don't see him die, maybe they're not dead. But even like, he tells Scott Lang, he tells Ant-Man something bad's coming. I'm the only one that can stop it, and then they stop him, and you see him back in his own life, and he's like, oh, maybe I fucked up, kind of thing. But regardless of that, like, Kang in general, like, people, the general public are going to struggle to differentiate between variants, because most people are fucking stupid. They won't get it completely.
Yeah.
Right? And even if they do, there's always going to be that wee voice in the back of the head where, like, Ant-Man, who kind of a mid-Avenger level, beat him. So I know it was the ants, Hugh. Don't get in your communist rant
but
again.
That, even then, I think it's worse then, because it's not even a character you can go, oh, it was someone.
He's actually pretty powerful.
He's powerful.
Or whatever, yeah.
It was something that you would consider an insect.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The ants never even did anything special.
They just overran
They just
him and
swarmed them.
yeah,
Like we should.
like ants do.
The swarm of government, is that what you're going to say here?
Shh, no.
But
sorry.
I just feel like it's. I mean, we obviously don't know what's going to happen with the next film. It's something we're going to talk about on our weekly podcast, because we're weekly now.
Look at us, man.
Professional.
I'm so proud of us. But
Who
I don't know. Like,
that's a Paul Rudd reference.
Who am I? Look at it. Look at this. Not me.
Oh, mate. I was like, this in January, like, this is never going to work.
I'll obviously like.
enough of the pessimism here, right? I'm just worried that they've
booked him weak.
injured. Yeah, they've injured the idea of him being a
threat.
Thanos level threat. You know
If
what I mean?
Kang can physically beat up Ant-Man, but it looked like a back and forth fight.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Kang is just a human with loads of really good technology, but when all that technology was fucked, he was kind of back and forth.
And you're trying to compare him to the man who threw hands with the Hulk?
Which also means Ant-Man could, fight Killmonger. Like in Creed 3, Jonathan Majors is fighting.
Oh, wait. MMA man?
We're getting. But yeah, like, and also, like Thanos, for example, obviously you saw wee glimpses of him, but then when you properly saw him, he like killed a bunch of Asgardians, snapped Loki's neck, punched fuck it Hulk, like ducking and weaving and everything. Like,
Do you know the thing was with Hulk?
it was more of a show, not tell.
Yeah, he scared Hulk away. That's how bad
Hulk
Thanos
didn't want to come back. He was like, nah.
No, you do it. I'm green. He's purple. Let's just leave it at that.
They
No more
chopped Hulk out,
race.
man, straight away. They were like, oh,
Chopped him out.
we need to.
It's like, how can we show how big a threat Thanos actually is? You know what I mean?
Because the other films were, we're struggling a bit. The Hulk's here. The Hulk will sort this out.
Yeah.
And he does. He comes in. He
Smashes.
And he tried to smash. And fucking he hit him
got smashed.
He hit him with the two-piece.
The duck and then the jab.
Yeah.
Mate, I was just watching that technique at the time. I was like, he's fucking ducked under that punch and hit him with the right hook. Then ducked under again, hit him with the uppercut.
Yeah.
Like, that's some real.
It was clean, man. It was clean.
You've been watching the Muhammad Ali videos. Mike Tyson getting in there to you.
That was obviously deliberate though, to show like there's a skill gap here. There's a skill gap. There's
yeah.
It may
There's
have
power and rage, and then it's like
Thanos is smart. He's not just brute strength or sending armies. He's like, but he can actually he's capable and stuff like that. Anyway, let's not.
Sorry, we got excited.
Let's not ride Thanos' dick, right? Because I do it enough. Like,
Ant-Man go up his ass and fucking explode up in the what if scenario.
The infinity dick.
Infinity dick.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, but overall, like, I felt like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was an Ant-Man level film, which would normally be fine, but when it's meant to usher in the next phase, it was lacking.
Yeah. That's what I felt coming out. Also, the film was... I'm going to go to the technical bits of the film now, like how it was filmed and stuff, right? This was an ugly film. The lighting was shit. It was really fucking dark. The only cool costume was Kang's.
Yeah.
They filmed it on that Mandalorian set, the one with the screens. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
I've seen
is
the
that a blue
Mandalorian,
screen?
but
No, it's not a blue screen. It's like a set with like huge like screens. I can't remember what the technology's called, but like
big green screens.
No, not green screens. They're like screens that show the environment. There's a technology for it, and if you looked up on YouTube how the Mandalorian's made, it's like a set, and they can just display whatever they want.
So they put like a wallpaper on it.
Almost, aye. And it just looked bad.
Yeah.
They just looked out of place. Everyone just looked, and every shot is kind of like the same level, in the middle, and like everyone's in a certain part of the frame. It was just boring. It was a boring film. There was no like cool, like, oh, that's a cool scene. Because you remember the first Ant-Man film? There was when he shrunk down scenes were really fucking cool.
Yeah, it would zoom in and stuff like that. You kind of see it.
They changed the sound to make it like echoey, and like it was kind of like a.
And also when he got big and he was going along the street towards the pier and stuff like that, and
they tried different things to give you a different experience.
Yeah,
this was a cookie cutter, very bland film. I mean, it had funny parts. Bill Murray's bit was a bit weird. Bill Murray's in this film, by the way.
Oh shit!
I don't think he was that impressive.
He played Bill Murray,
Yeah,
which is what Bill Murray does now.
and also just kind of didn't really add all that much to it. Like, oh, used to be your friend, but now he betrays you. Like,
I know,
shocker. Like, you can kind of see that coming, but
that was a kind of shitty Star Wars bar, wasn't it?
yeah,
Again, mate, they're resting on a lot of laurels.
Yeah.
Like they're resting on the you'll know this, or you've seen the other films. There was nothing visually appealing about this film. They tried. There was a few cool wee ideas. There was nothing visually appealing. It was pulled through. The film was actually like only entertaining because of Paul Rudd, and Jonathan Majors.
Paul Rudd is likable. Jonathan Majors just magnetic kind of actor.
He is a great villain. He's got this kind of like confidence.
Yeah,
Like it's like an unshakable. Like he knows.
you could say anything to him, even if you told him, I know how to counter your plan. You just know that he would be like, well, I've got a counter to your plan.
Yeah,
To counter my plan, and like you can't really phase him. Like
that's and the kind of thing that kind of frustrated me as well is I've read a bit of Kang, and he's not a guy who flies off the handle. He's a very calculated. He's a
calculated,
general. Also, I never saw any Sword of Damocles in this. It was rage. I thought that they were going to do that, where like his ship kind of came up and it was the big sword, and I was like, oh, but no, they fucking blanded it up with a bland attempt to a bland Hamish.
Yeah, it's a wee bit disappointing. I mean, not to go back and compare to Thanos again, but the first time you saw him, it was just a wee glimpse, and maybe they should have tried to build up Kang a bit more.
Yeah,
but we've seen him now. We've seen a wee bit of him in Loki. Well, you might see him if you ever watch it.
I've seen the scenes with him in it,
and obviously you would have seen at the end. Did you stay for the after credits?
Yeah. I stayed for both after credit scene. What was the second one again?
The second one was Loki and
it was Loki. Aye.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, Sinead, we need to watch the Loki show now because you'll kind of get that reference.
Yeah.
The thing that I think we could have probably wrote a better ending to this one. Ant-Man should have died, and Kang should have killed him, but in a way that, like, it's the usual Marvel ending where like the good guy's going to get it, like Endgame or Infinity War, and then like Kang's just like, no, you can't beat me, and kills him.
Even
then,
just like when it seems like Ant-Man's making a sacrifice, the portal closes, but he's keeping Kang out of there.
Yeah,
just let him die then.
Yeah,
didn't need to get Wasp back in to, do it all again. And well, she came back, looked like she was coming to help, and then they opened the portal anyway. So it's like, okay, so that didn't make any difference. What I mean? It was just.
Do you think it was poorly written?
They were just too worried about a happy ending. Maybe they've obviously got plans for Ant-Man, but it would have been perfect time to kill off Ant-Man, maybe even the Wasp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got Cassie, you get Stature now, you know what I mean? So she's got the Pym particles, she can do that whole side of things.
But you've still got Hank Pym as well, and you've still got Michelle Pfeiffer. She Janet, isn't she?
Janet Van Dyne, yeah.
So I couldn't remember if fucking It's Hope, innit? It's Hope. I was getting confused because I always think of Janet as the Wasp, but it just wasn't a great ending. You made the guy look like if he came up against they were trying to say he beat Thor in another film. If he came up against Thor and got beat hand to hand off Ant-Man, you're going, sure.
If you really want to properly introduce a new villain, like for a whole phase, just let him fucking destroy everybody,
decimate
for a while. You know what I mean?
I felt like that was the only way you could make him look more than Thanos. Is like he just started fast.
Yeah,
I've killed Ant-Man.
Yeah,
no one would have gave a fuck. Like poor Paul Rudd, but
that's the thing. I mean, but he would have had his third film.
Yeah,
it's not like, I mean, would you really be that excited if you find out, Ant-Man's in the next film? Like, no, because I've seen Ant-Man.
So who's in the Avengers now?
Well, it depends how you kind of look at it. It's more like Falcon, and there's
you mean Captain America?
Blackton America. Who else? Like, I mean, it depends how you look at it, really. Like,
you've got.
There's even talk of bringing back fucking Iron Man
as Jarvis.
Yeah.
No,
Bucky.
But
Bucky will be in it as Winter Soldier.
Bucky will be in it. There was still like
they went to Ironheart.
Ironheart from Black Panther 2.
Maybe thingy for Black Panther 2 as well. Namor, maybe? I don't know, did Namor die in Black Panther 2?
No, that was gonna. I think that's gonna be another thing. But anyway, that's another.
It's confusing though, because there's no set on who's gonna be heroes now, if you know what I mean. Because we knew Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man were going to be the three main heroes with Hulk, and then you've got like
Hulk
Black Widow and Hawkeye is backing up the team.
Yeah, I mean, Thor's seems to be going towards like All-Father Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, when he can bestow the power of Thor into all the kids and stuff like that. He's kind of basically going towards like Odin Force Thor.
I don't think Chris Hemsworth wants to come back though, does he?
No, he did say at the end of the Thor Love and Thunder he was coming back for.
I think he would,
but I think he said, I don't really want to do this again.
I know, but I think he probably wouldn't have said that before he was contracted to do it. So he's probably got
that wad of cash,
at least one other film to do, because I don't think they would just leave it like that.
Yeah. And obviously Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston's coming back.
Yeah.
Is that a Loki season 2?
There's going to be
that's out this year.
Yeah, another Loki season 2.
Moon Knight, is he an Avenger now?
No,
he's not an Avenger.
No. Dark Avenger.
Miss Marvel
or
Miss Marvel, she's young Avenger.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. It really depends how they want to do it, because they
got choices. They got
the semantics with all these different teams and stuff like that. But it's
not
going to be
Shang-Chi as well.
Shang-Chi again,
and Doctor Strange.
I mean, he might go Heroes for Hire with Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and Colleen Wing and stuff like that. So it just depends how they want to do it. But that could be a long ass conversation. So
it is a long ass conversation.
It is a long ass conversation. So we're going to wrap up with the other wee segment that I wanted that you aren't going to like.
I know.
You're going to have to go along with it because I'm the host, right?
Unless the podcast ends now.
No.
Bye everyone.
No. So
bye everyone. I hope you had fun listening.
As we've been talking about Ant-Man, as we've been talking about Ant-Man, I'm going to ask you a question about Ant-Man, and the closest person wins. The loser has to do a forfeit.
Okay.
And the forfeit, since you two both like Japan, is I need to hear your best girl uwu voice.
You think that embarrasses me? I've done much.
I hope so. If it doesn't
cries into his anime pillow, he does that all the time.
In the event of a tie, I've got another 2, so it'll be best 2 out of 3.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm definitely going to clip it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to write it down? Are you okay with telling each other or like saying it out loud?
You say it out loud.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Ant-Man's first appearance in Marvel Comics, what year?
1981.
1963.
It was 1962.
Oh!
Well done, Hugh. Well done.
Oh, very nice.
It's the 60s, mate. Spike Lee.
Spike Lee?
God, is that racist?
Spike Lee?
No, that's funny. Spike Lee.
Well, I think we need to give that to you because that was pretty damn close. Yeah. My follow-up question is just for fun.
Just for funsies.
Wasp, when do you think her debut was?
64? Oh, no, do you know what? No, I'm going to say 74. Sorry, 74.
63, the year later. Kang.
62.
You think he debuted the same year as Ant-Man?
Yeah.
What do you think?
86.
Also 63.
Is it actually?
Technically, it was like Ramen Tut that you see at the end. Like,
because I think I've only read.
He was in Fantastic Four, not Ant-Man, but same character.
Have you seen the gift of Kang running away with lemonade from a lemonade stand? It's him on that old comic book saying, "I need this to rehydrate," and the young girl was like, "Give me that. That's 5 cents." It's really bad. I don't know.
That's almost how they portrayed him in this film.
Yeah, it's
I think that's from like a.
It's an old comic one.
Yeah, but there was like a series of it. It was like kind of specifically kids ones because there was. I'm sure there was one that was like either like Green Goblin or something like or Dr. Octavius. He steals like donuts or something like that, and someone's like, he stole 40 donuts. That's as many as 4 10s. Like, to try and kind of educate people, like it's something like that.
That's funny.
That's 4 10s.
That's 4 10s.
So we're gonna need to hear your best,
my best
female voice.
Uwu. I'm going to see what it does.
Uwu.
Hang on, man.
See, I told you there would be a present for the people at the end. So well done to anyone.
Yeah, he's shamed by that. That's
Do you know the only reason I thought 60s is that obviously Spike Lee. I think the Avengers was the 60s, wasn't it?
About then, yeah.
The classic Avengers where they all had like their wee faces at the top left hand corner.
And Iron Man was still like bulky Iron Man.
Yeah, and Thor was just like big cheeser, like hey,
with his winged helmet. You're a winged helmet.
Hamish, give me your best uwu.
No, I'm good. I didn't lose a quiz.
Is this the thing we've got to do now? Like embarrassing.
I mean, that's my thing. If you guys want to do it every time, then I'm just happy to embarrass one of you each week. But you know. Anyway, so thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for your questions, Sinead. Thank you for your ideas of the segments. They were fun. Any last words, Dom? No, I'm not going to kill you or anything, but you know.
As well, it's like apologies to everyone with the uwu there. If if you had to get turned on there, you know, a nice cold bath or shower. Like that generally puts it down, or you just imagine Hugh's face.
I was going to say go on Dom's Instagram.
Well, I was going to say I'll clip it so you can just repeat it until you're finished.
You've concluded.
The way you said finished there had so many connotations.
Leaving it up to the listener, right? You know,
that's up for you to decide.
Again, dear listener, check out the Instagram to talk to us.
Yep.
Tell us what you like or don't like, because we're seeing these numbers go up all the time.
Yeah,
but we don't know if they're hate listening.
Hate listening?
Why would they hate listen?
Like I've hate listened to a few podcasts, man.
If you want to as well catch more content, obviously our Instagram, we do streaming on Twitch as
we
well.
All stream on Twitch.
Every single one of us.
Me, Hamish, and sometimes Dom.
Me here on all the time.
Every day.
Twitch.tv/PatchesInGaming. I'm still currently playing through Metroid Dread. By the way, fun game. I'll give my
we didn't even spoke about Metroid Dread.
Yeah. I'll give my full analysis once I've completed it. I do think I'm near the end of it though, but
it's only 8 hours long.
Yeah, it's but yeah,
for a good game player, you know.
Good game player,
the good video gamer,
the better gamer.
For a
forgot your own reference.
For a best gamer.
Yeah. Don't worry, Spike Lee over here will tell us more.
Oh man, my brain's not working because I can't actually think his real name.
Stanley.
I was my brain was going Spike. You've obviously just got his first name right there, and I was like,
wait a minute.
Oh mate, I forgot to even add this in. Right, last funny story.
Come on, right.
It's funny because Sinead will listen to this, and I told her I was going to do this, right?
Okay.
And if you want to maybe clip this and put it back to Ant-Man, at the end of Ant-Man, she said, "Oh, Stanley wasn't that one."
Oh no!
Man!
I was like, Sinead, Stanley died like 4 years ago, and she was like, "Oh, I know."
Have you guys heard that? Apparently, you know, at the end of Endgame, when you see old man Steve Rogers, that was apparently going to be Stan Lee.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Made
that'd
us
been
sad.
good.
That's Bye, sad, everyone.
No, don't freak out. We're Excelsior. I can imagine that.
Say bye, Hugh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. That was Dom.
That was Dom.
Bye, everyone. Thank you all for listening.
That's a goodbye from Hamish.
I know it's a goodbye from me. I'm about to say it's a goodbye from me. It's a goodbye from Hamish. Shut the fuck up. Everyone's waiting on my last word. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening.